Hello, what is up? Hello, everybody. What is up? Hope you're well. I don't know if anybody's getting me at the moment. If there's anybody watching, it's been quite a while since I made one of these, so I'm just going to wait to see if I get any responses from anybody first. See if there's actually anybody there. How embarrassing would this be? I'm just sitting here and no one comes on. Be really embarrassing. Never mind. I don't get easily embarrassed. Oh, yes, here we go. Got first customer. Stephen. Good evening, Barry. With a fist. Evening. How you doing, Stephen? I hope you're well, mate. I hope you're having a really nice Sunday. Oh, more and more people are starting to come on now. 6 people so far. So, yeah, just thought I'd pop on for a little while, just have a little bit of a live. I've not done one for a couple of months. No artillery. There's no. I haven't got nothing planned. Just chat about anything you like. Fishing, football, whatever it is. Talk about anything you like. So I'm just going to see if a few more people actually pop on. I've only been running for about a minute. So yeah, I hope you're all well on this dreary weekend, as it has been for the last few weeks. It's been absolutely pants, really, hasn't it? Free living. Evening, fella. Hope you're well. Yes, I am. Thanks for asking. Free living. Yeah, I'm doing really good. Thank you. Just chilling out. Got some time off work. Been really lazy, to be honest with you. I finished Thursday morning. And I've done literally bugger all since then. Not done nothing. Just been dossing, really. And just been, just dossing. Just catching up. Because the sort of job I do. I'm a night security officer. And I'm out of my house for about 17 hours a day. So it really does catch up on you, especially myself. So sometimes I just get such burnt out, so tired. I just want to chill out, really. Stephen, I've had a week off, intended to go fishing, but then 3 storms. Yes, you're right, 3 storms in a row. I can't even remember what they're called. One was called Kira, Dave, and there's another one that's just happened, I think. So yeah, it's been really crap, really pants in terms of the weather lately. To be fair, I've only been out twice since Christmas. I'm a bit of a fair weather fisherman, as people like to take the mick out of me about. So yeah, these storms have been, I would say, a good excuse not to go. But also, I suppose if you're a hardcore angler like I was in my 20s, early teens and late teens and early 20s, then yeah, now just being an old man, 40-year-old man, I can't be asked. You know, I prefer. I'm not ashamed to say I like being a fair weather fisherman. Half-term week. So yeah, half-term week. Take it you got kids then. So yeah, it was half-term week as well. So a lot of the parents got their kids. So unless you're going to take the kids out in pissing down rain, I don't think that's really what a lot of people want to do. They want to entertain their kids, especially if they're small kids that are not into fishing. So I totally get that. Right, let's just check on here. You might hear a few WhatsApp messages coming through on my phone. Just having a bit of banter. What we call Team LPA. I've got a WhatsApp group with the guys, and we just had a bit of banter this afternoon. And yeah, it's been quite funny. So I'm sure some of those might even turn up a little bit later. Some of the guys I actually go fishing with from time to time, like Ted, Kelly, Keith, Danny, so on and so forth. So anyway, how you all doing? How's your Sunday? Has any of you been actually out on the bank today? I mean, this weekend it's been on off rain, and actually in certain sort of intervals it's actually been quite nice, bit of sun sort of thing. I'll tell you a little bit more about our plans this week because, like I say, as I started off with the live, I was talking about me having some time off work this week. So I've got 10 days off work. I've already squandered 3 of them. Yeah, 3.5 of them. So I've got 1 week. So next Sunday I'm back to work. So up till then I've got a few trips planned. End of the pike season for any of you guys that are traditionalists. Some of you guys like to carry on and fish into the on the canal into the normal season, or close season, should I say? There's still some of you guys that go out and do a little bit of lure fishing. Hi there. Not out this week, but heading to Lockerbie Castle Lock. Stevie. Whereabouts is that, Stevie? Castle Lock. Is that a Scottish water? I'm not entirely sure. That'd be really nice if you can get out on water like that. That'd be fantastic. Mark Carp. Hello, mate. Hey, mate. It's been ages since I've spoken to you. I actually miss going to your lives. For anyone that knows, Mark Carp used to do lives every Wednesday, 8 o'clock. And the geezer done them every week with pretty much without foul, unless something come up. How he managed to keep his attention for 2 hours every week, I have no idea. But it was a good laugh, and I do miss him. It was fantastic. So, Mark Hart, thanks for dropping by, mate. And I really do. I do miss your lives, mate. When I wasn't working, that is, or being cheeky and watching them at work. Kelly, hello, Kel. How you doing? Or should I call you Simon? How you doing, Kel? I hope work's not been too crazy. Kelly Crush in the room. She's one of the people that fishes with me quite regularly. Member of the Team LPA. Can't wait to see you on Wednesday, Kelly. I'm buzzing to see you. I really am. Stevie, yes, Scotland, bud. Yeah, okay, so it's the Scottish water. It's the one place I've never fished, actually. I fished in Wales, I fished in Ireland, North and Southern, and obviously England, but I've never fished in Scotland. I've always wanted to fish up in Scotland. Some absolutely fantastic waters up there, especially for pike. You know, if you're a pike angler and you love your fishing, Scottish waters like Lomond. I think Gord Burton used to do a lot of fishing up in Scotland, didn't he, on the locks and that. Mark Harp, cheers, Barry. I can talk for England. Yeah, I can as well. It's not very often that I'm lost for words, Mark, but no, yeah, you certainly can, mate. I've got your video on my watch list. My watch list is gone mental. I've got a YouTube. I barely watch normal telly now, and I've got a watch list because I've got loads of different hobbies and including fishing. I've got loads of people I need to catch up on their videos, and Mark's on one of them. He's done a video today that he's released. Any of you guys that haven't seen it, on Pepperami, using Pepperami for carp fishing. So I used to use Pepperami years ago, so I'm looking forward to seeing what Mark has to say on it because he really does know his carp fishing. So looking forward to watching his video on Pepperami. I've caught plenty of chub on it and small carp, but never anything big really. I've never had any confidence to really give it a proper go, but apparently it's a fantastic winter bait for carp and big carp. So yeah, I'll only be watching that video later. Stephen overlooks St Catherine's Dock for work. Nice head of carp in there. Like torture not being able to fish it. Actually saw a dead zander in there too. Oh, that's a bit of a shame. St Catherine's, yeah, that's it's on the other side of the water to me, I think. I've never fished St Catherine's. The only sort of dock system that I fish or fished is on the south of the water, so my side, southeast of the water. So the Surrey Keys dock areas are the places I fish, and they are shadow of their former self. But there's still some decent fishing there to be caught if you've got time to spend up there and put the hours in, because it's all about putting the hours in up there. Yeah, that's a bit of a shame to see it now. Was it a big dead zander by any chance? And I bet you can't. I bet you wish you could put a wetter line in there for the carp as well. I imagine there's some good carp in there. Yeah, new video on Pepperami. It's been well received, mate. It's only been up for a few hours, so yeah, I can't imagine why it wouldn't, Mark. To be fair, you're explaining. One thing that Mark's really good at is also explaining stuff. So for anybody that's into their carp fishing that's in the group, you know, I do a little bit of carp fishing from time to time. I haven't for a few years, but I did do a little bit of carp fishing from time to time. I really want to do some this year. Pop over to Mark Harp's channel and anything basic that needs explaining. I mean, he blew my mind with wheat. I had no idea just how good wheat was for carp fishing, but it absolutely blew my mind. I've used so I used to work in a pet shop, so things like seeds and Vitalin and all that, you know, different types of Naia seeds and bloody different bird seeds that we used to do. A million different types of bird seeds are obviously a cheap way to, as long as you boil them up and you cook them correctly, it's a cheap way to use as a fill bait for particles. Richard, hi Baz. How did you get on with those new pike lures in the end? What, the ones from the unboxing? To be honest with you, I've not done too much lure fishing for pike. It's anybody that knows me knows that I'm a through and through bait fisherman, and it's really hard for me to to pick up the lure rod instead of the bait rod. So I plan to do a lure session this week and finish off one of my videos I was meant to do last week. But as you guys know, and what we talked about at the start of this video is the weather's been absolutely pants with all these different storms. Seems to be a different named storm every week. I don't know what it's going to be next week. Storm Betty or something. It's just different storms, and the weather's been pants, plus work commitments, life getting in the way. Yeah, so I've not really tried too many lures. I've tried a few. The one that I don't think I featured on the video was the hybrid pike, which has been out for quite a few years. It's Savage Gear hybrid pike, and I absolutely love it. Really do enjoy using that lure. So I'm going to order a couple of more of those because I'm a bit scared that Savage Gear at the moment, they seem to be changing their lures every year, and they've got a tendency to stop selling a lure that I kind of like, and I fell in love with it. You can change it from a paddle tail to a curly tail, and when casting it out and bringing it in, I've had a couple of follows, but I've not had a hit off it yet. But then I haven't gone enough to give it a fair chance. But it's one of those lures I think I want to have a couple of. So yeah, definitely going to get a couple more of those hybrid pike. Have you seen the new 4D H hard bodied pike? It's like a swim blade, gliding bait sort of pike. It's got, I think, 4 sections on it. It's absolute, looks awesome. They put a little Facebook video out where it shows another lure coming through the tank, and then the actual pike lure chasing the lure. It looked really good the way they done it. It's pretty cool. So go and watch that. If you got Savage Gear on Facebook, go on there and have a look at their little video. It's really good the way they did it. And then they showed you it's only about a 30-second clip. And then they showed you, I think it's called the 4D or the 3D hard bodied pike or something. I don't know what it's called. They come out with so many different names. It's awesome. Really is. So go and have a little look at that. Michael, what about salmon? For what? What, salmon fishing? I don't really fish for salmon. And I don't like the taste of it neither. Born to Fish. Hey, Teddy, how you doing, mate? Hey, I'm back from the garage now watching. Funny enough, just sorted out the rods for Wednesday. Oh, is that what you was doing? Getting everything sorted, wouldn't you? Yeah, anybody that knows, I might as well say I'm off for this week till next Sunday, and I'm fishing. So I want to try and get out tomorrow if I can. I doubt I will do, but I want to try and get out if I can tomorrow. If not, I'm going to go early Tuesday morning, which seems to be better weather, because tomorrow's going to piss down the rain again. So I'm going to get out hopefully Tuesday morning for a couple of hours with the lures. So somebody mentioned the lures earlier on. I'm going to hopefully get out with those. I think it was Richard. So I'll get out with a couple of lures, give that a go. Hopefully finish off the video that I've got waiting in the wings. I've got one uploaded already, but I need to finish this video to put this video up before I can put the other video out. Plus, I'm going to be filming Wednesday and Thursday. I'm doing a 36-hour session with Ted Kelly. They're both in the room at the moment. Keith, my long-suffering fishing partner, and Dan, my best mate from years ago. You guys, if you go and watch one of my old videos, I'll put up a couple of weeks back, features everybody in there who I fish with. So yeah, we're going to go and do a 36-hour session on the water that we fish, and it's on a commercial, and I'm buzzing for it. So like last chance saloon to catch a fish. But to be fair, every time these guys go, and when I've been, I've caught and they've caught. So it's a water that I have a bit of a faith in to try and catch a couple of fish, and a really chunky torpedo-sized pike. So yeah, I'm going to do a 36-hour on that. I'm going to film the whole lot. Hopefully, depending on what happens, if we get lots of action like we did when we done a day session, and like the guys have been doing over the last few weeks fishing now, if it becomes action-packed, it might have to be a 2-parter. So we'll see. But I'm buzzing for that. And then I will want to do one last session before the end of the season, before my mind starts, and it has already started to think about perch. I've just renewed my club water ticket, so that's where I'm going to be heading for the perch, and maybe a bit of carp fishing before maybe going into hospital. But I've got to wait for the 18th for that to be confirmed, possibly. Mark Hart, wheat is amazing. Yes, I mean, like I say, from watching your video, Mark, it seems to be fantastic. A fantastic bait. Stephen, yeah, I want to fish those docks. I live in South London. If you know Brickfield Meadow Ponds, aka where I caught my first fish, was always roach, rimpress, carp. I'll be honest with you, I've heard of it, but I don't know about it, if I'm being honest, Stephen. I'm not entirely sure exactly where it is. Don't tell me where it is if you don't want to give information up, mate. I'll be honest with you, the brickwork. It sounds familiar to me. I think if Keith was here, he'd probably recognise it. But yeah, no, I fish the Surrey Keys waters, so Greenland Dock, Canada water, all those sort of waters. I've fished those on and off for 20 years. I used to work in Decathlon in the tackle shop. That's how me and Keith first met and become friends. Dom Fishing. Hello, Dom. How you doing, mate? Do you want to say, right, while Dom's in the room, a massive, massive, massive congratulations to Dom. Dom caught a 28-pound 7-ounce, am I right? New PB pike. I want to know all about it, and I really hoped you filmed it, Dom. I'm probably guessing you haven't, but I would love that you filmed that because I love, if there's anybody who deserves a big pike, mate, like that. So I know you've had 20s, but anyone deserves a big pike like that, it's you, mate. That was a proper lump. When I saw the picture, I was like, oh, a 28-pound Jackie. Yeah, it was a proper, I was buzzing for you, mate, when I saw that. That was a lump and a half. There's a lot of people at the moment catching some big pike, and it's really nice to see. It's like Kelly, when Kelly had her 25-pound pike Christmas. You'll see that on the next video. So keep an eye out for that. And the next video goes up, you'll see Kelly's little story of her PB pike and how she won a pike match with it. It's a really dramatic little story, but it's fantastic. You probably maybe already seen it. Hi, Barry. Any plans for catfishing? Gareth Jones. Probably not this year. I'm going in for an operation, possibly April, May. And then I've got to be recovery time. So the other guys are going to be catfishing this year, but I probably won't. And if I will, it'll probably be the back end of the year if I feel strong enough to go for the cats on my club water. But other than that, not really. This year, I think the bigger species, with me having an operation, is going to be a little bit out the window. I don't think I'll be able to cope with them. So, yeah, that'll be out the window. Fanta Fishing. Hello, Matt. How you doing, mate? Long time no speak. I hope you're well. Seen all the lovely roach you caught a couple of weeks ago. Well done, matey. Caught some really nice roach there. It was good to see you in the Angler's Mail as well. Well done. Dom, like the shirt, Barry. Looks smart. It's an old one, mate. I'm going to have some new ones made eventually, but there's no point in having them made now because, like I say, once I've had the operation, if I start dropping weight, then there's no point just getting all clothes made up and that. So I'm just going to wait and maybe at the end of the year get some made up. Stephen, near Selhurst Park. Okay, is that Norwood? Is that Norwood Lakes? Or I don't know. The only lakes I know near Selhurst Park, I think, is Norwood Lakes, isn't it? So yeah, I've never fished those before. Hey, Black Country Piker, it's all the old cruising tonight, I've noticed. How you doing, Steve? I hope you're well, mate. It's good to see you back out on the bank with a video the other day. Really nice coloured pike. I think I mentioned it actually on the video. A really nice short video the other day, Steve. So it's good to see you back out on the fish, matey. You're doing really well with catching those pike. Yeah, you're welcome, Dom, mate. That was well worth it, mate. That was really good to see. I'm proper made up for you, mate. I was going to take the GoPro out, but decided not to in case I had a big one. You do make me laugh, mate. Where are we? Fanta Fishing. Any plans remaining at the channel? Renaming the channel? London Predator Anglers, seeing as a team's now. No, basically, right. I'm absolutely pants at catching fish lately, and I don't get out nowhere near as much as I want to. And second to that, I don't go fishing as much as I want to. So I'm only putting like 2 videos out since Christmas. So yeah, to push the joke, yeah, basically the other guys, because I go fishing with Keith all the time, and now I fish a lot with Kelly and Ted, and obviously my best mate Dan started to refish. We all go as a group sometimes. So obviously when I film, those guys are filming with me, and it's good to also show that those guys are awesome. I mean, Keith's come on so far in terms of his fish catching ability. I'm talking pike here, not his fish catching in all fish, because he outfishes me on most species, but he outfishes me on pike now. So it's like a Jedi teaching a Padawan, and then the Padawan takes over, I suppose. So yeah, Keith is an absolutely awesome angler now. And his pike fishing skills are just it's off the radar. He's catching some really good pike. I mean, 18 pounds is his PB now, so he's even overtaken my PB. Yeah, I'm well pleased for him. So yeah, I do feature a few more people on the channel, but it's still me. I'm the one who does the filming. I'm the one who does the editing. Some of the other guys, they submit some of their filming stuff. The next video you're going to see is going to be everybody again. You'll see a few more of the other guys catching fish, but there is going to be a couple of videos where it will be just me this week. The Power Rangers, that'd be a good name. Thanks, Don. I was thinking more Captain Planet. For any of you guys that remember that, Gold Planet. Dan Winch, here he is. So it's the last person of the group. So everybody's in now. Hello, Chublips. Thank you. For anybody that's probably wondering why he's called me Chublips, there was a mate of ours called Wayne who we used to go fishing with. We used to call him Carphead. See, in one of the pictures he pulled, he looked like a carp, looks like a chublip. So that's why he calls me Chublip. Black Country Piker. Cheers, Barry. Not long left now, mate, before the pike. Get the rocks off. When you're getting out, before time's up. Yes, mate, I'm off for the rest of the week. As I've told a few of the others, I'm off for the rest of the week, and I've got at least 2 single trips planned on my own, and one 36-hour trip planned with the boys and girls, which I'm really looking forward to. That's the one that I'm buzzing for, and that's the outside chance of getting a real big fish. Going to fish our commercial water with a big pike in them. This time we're fishing the specimen water, which holds some real lumps in there. So fingers crossed. Even the small jacks, a piggy fat fish, they're like torpedoes, which you'll see in the next video of our last session together. That morning, Chris rang us up telling us about a big one that he had. I'm going to catch a 20 and hung up. Yeah, I bet he was happy about that. I haven't seen Chris. Has Chris put a video out lately? I think he has. When was the last time I seen him? I think he was catching barbel. Barbel in the floodwater, I think it's the last one I saw of these. You're talking about your brother, aren't you? Fanta Fishing, good anglers in your crew, mate. They certainly are. They certainly are. I wouldn't call them my crew. We have a bit of a giggle, but yeah, they certainly are. Starting off with Dan. Dan started fishing with me years ago. Absolutely awesome angler. Dan, I learned a lot from him. He's fishing since he was a kid. We saw some recent photos that he posted in a little WhatsApp group we got, showing us all the fish he was catching as a kid, like proper old school 80s photos. And it's fantastic to see. I've learned a lot off Dan over the years. He's only just returned to fishing, and he's already had 2 20s this year already. So what's that tell you? Yeah, he's an awesome angler. So you got Dan, then you got Keith, who I've spoken about. Keith's from the match background, who's moved into carping and now eventually got into piking and predator fishing. He's had some awesome. Last year, he had an awesome. I think he caught every time he went last year, bar one session, and that baiting situations and location. He's a real good guy to talk to. And then you got Ted and Kelly. And Ted and Kelly are just machines, husband and wife duo, just proper machines. Watching them fish together is crazy. It's like they know what each other's doing before the other one does it. The way they deal with fish on the bank and the way they bait up, it's crazy. It's wicked to watch. It really is. And I've never seen a driven person for fishing like Kelly. Even Ted's a little bit proper on her fishing, mate. So yeah, I've got a good little group around me, and I really, I'm thankful to have good friends, you know. Chublips. Yeah, so yeah, occasionally if I'm sitting there and I'm got a resting face, you'll see the bottom lip chew the bottom lip. I would say it's more like a rud, but yeah, apparently that's why they call me Chublip. The other nickname I've got is Kong, but that's one my mum and brother give me, which is not very flattering, is it? Fanta Fishing, you just heard you refer to them as crew. That's all. Oh yeah, crew. Sorry. Yeah, I probably may have called them crew. Team Crew, London LPA, hashtag Team LPA. I don't know. You call them all different things. You're going to be at the big one? No, unfortunately not, Matt. I'm not going to the big one, mate, this year. I really want to go. I really wanted to go, but yeah, I'm not going to be able to go this year. I wouldn't be able to be any good walking around the show anyway, to be fair. There's a lot of walking involved. And as some of you guys know, I can only walk about 50 yards before I need to sit down because my ankles just go and my knees go. So just waiting on this operation, mate. I don't want to keep going on about it. I'm fed up with actually saying the word operation. But once I've had this operation and I've recovered, mate, then it's going to make my life a whole lot easier. So, yeah, I won't be going to the big one this year, but depending on what happens next year, fingers crossed, then hopefully I'll be out and I'll be fishing more, and I'll be hopefully going to a couple of the shows because I really do miss going to the shows. I know Ted and Kelly was working up at the Northern Angling Show on a Sonic stand, and I would have loved to have gone up and seen them and walked around and bought a few bits and pieces. What I like about the shows is a lot of them, they're really geared towards their lure stuff at the moment, and there's so many. I'm really out of perch lure stuff, so I really need to stock up on my perch lure stuff. I've got loads of pike stuff now. I won't even need to buy anything for a couple of years. Dom, Fishing UK, got a new name. The only way is London. I like that. Maybe I've fished to the end, so it's relevant to the content. What content? I only do 2 videos a year. Mike the Pike, how you doing, buddy? Long time no see. I haven't seen you for a long time. I hope you're well. What's he say? Everyone just popped in to say hello and give you are you film? Yes, mate, I will be filming the 36-hour session. Fingers crossed. I'm doing a product review video at the moment for some new rods that I bought. So I've done a little bit of a video earlier on, so I need to finish it off when I do the 36-hour. So I'll be doing that, but I'll also be filming blog style the actual session as it unfolds. That video off. Unfortunately, Bex and Ben can't make it, I don't think, on this next session. So it's just going to be the 5 of us. But yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but I'm sure in the future we'll all meet up again. So it'll be the 7 of us again. Get some Heelys, mate. Can you imagine me on Heelys? Oh my God. I'll go arse over tip, man. You should see me in a pair of ice skates. Not for a few years. Next year you'll be jogging around in Baz. Yeah, hopefully, mate. Next year, you know, this operation, as I say, it's going to be life changing for me, mate. It's going to be absolutely life changing, and it'll also help me get on the bank. And between us and the you guys that are watching now, I want to change my job next year, possibly as well. Just completely change everything, lifestyle, job, learn to drive. Just next year, I want to go in a different direction with everything next year, which means that I can film a lot more, hopefully, as well then. Hey, how you doing? How you doing, mate? I hope you're well. That joke you played on your daughter the other day, AD Woodchucker, you're a naughty, naughty boy, but it was funny. That was really funny, I've got to admit. You had me going, you had her going as well. That was quite funny. So, you got any plans to do any more videos, guys? You know, there's quite a few YouTubers in tonight. You know, Fanta Fishing, Dom UK, AD Woodchucker. There's quite a few of you guys in tonight. You got any plans on doing any videos at all? Now it's the predator season's nearly over. I know some of you guys continue to fish for other species as well as fish the canals and that. So, Nighthawk Gaming. Hope it goes well. Get well soon. Yeah, thanks for that, Nighthawk. That's really appreciated. On the 18th, I've got. I was meant to have a week ago. I was meant to have an appointment with the surgeon to speak to her to see the next step. Which next step is the operation. I've had everything. But unfortunately, she cancelled on me. She wasn't very well, so I hope she didn't get this coronavirus. No, I know she didn't, but that's what my mum said. I hope she ain't got this coronavirus. I said, no, probably not. But yeah, so it's been rescheduled for the 18th. So next week, the 18th. Hopefully, fingers crossed, some sort of date penciled in because it's been nearly 4 years of waiting, really. Right, everyone, leave ads here. Dan, you can borrow Ted's mum's scooter and we can go to the big one. Ted mum's scooter? Has your mum got a scooter, Ted? Are you talking about one of those little wheelie scooters? Mike the Pike, nice one, mate. I've been keeping my head down. Been a bit scared with the missus. Scary. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that, Mike. Oh, that's fantastic. So, yeah, just to reply to you, Mike. Yeah, I'm really sorry that obviously that happened, but you got the all clear 2 weeks ago. Yeah, big love to your wife, mate. Scary things like that is scary, man. So I can understand why you've been a little bit quiet lately, but yeah, big love to your missus, and I'm really glad to hear the news. So yeah, I don't really know what to say to that, but I can only imagine what you was thinking, the pair of you. Adam Green, all right, Baz. Hello, Adam. Hope you're well, mate. Dom, yeah, mate, getting into the porn industry. So something's going on. Is there like a secondary chat here that I've not noticed? Got half a river, one edited up, but needs a bit more. 10 series, we'll start saying. Oh, nice one, Matt. Fanta Fishing. So you got one edited. Yeah, I've got one. I've already got one edited that's sitting there waiting, but I need to finish this one before I can put that one out. So yeah, I've got. It's not like I haven't got any videos in the back catalogue ready to go out. I've only put 2 videos up since Christmas, which is quite bad. But yeah, so yeah, I've got some in the back catalogue ready to go up, but it makes sense that they have to go up in a certain order. So yeah, I'll look forward to seeing Tench series, mate. I don't know if I'm going to be fishing for tench this year. I'd like to. Unfortunately, my club water doesn't have any tension, so I don't think I'll be able to fish in them. But to be honest, my mind's on perch at the moment, and maybe a bit of carp fishing before I go in hospital. That'll be the 2 main species I'll be thinking about. But it's a bit of a shame. So I really like to get crucian. I like to go fishing with Keith to Marsh Farm for the crucian and tench, but trying to drag him all the way there now is a bit difficult. So I've got to try and break his arm because he knows he can't take me catfishing. So I won't be able to deal with it once I've had my operation. So I might have to sort of lay it on thick with Keith and say, oh, Keith, I can't do catfishing. You've got to take me crucian fishing and tench fishing, and sort of plead with him, and hopefully he'll take me. Bex, hey, hello, Bex. How you doing, hon? Are you watching? Oh, thanks for watching. It's a bit of a shame that you can't be with us on Wednesday. I'm really gutted for the 7 of us. Thanks for watching. And say hello to Ben for me as well. Black Country Piker, just get out when and as you can. Exactly. Yeah. The problem is, Steve, I feel like I have to half explain myself, and then sometimes I feel I shouldn't have to explain myself. You know, if I make one videos a year, shouldn't really have to explain yourself. But you know, a lot of people, they invest in watching you and they buy into what you do and what you say. So I feel like I have to sometimes explain why I'm not doing something or why I am doing something. But no, I totally agree with what you're saying. You know, just get out as and when you can. You know what I mean? You know, health, life comes in the way. I mean, poor old Stevie's gone through a bit of a bad year last year. So yeah, life gets in the way, and sometimes it just keeps you from fishing. And it's easy to say, oh, you should get out there, Baz, and you should go out and fish. It's really easy said than done, but sometimes I can barely stand up, let alone go out and fish. So, you know, I have to put all my efforts and concentration into just going to work and dealing with work. So it's just how it goes sometimes. So, but yeah, things will get easier. Things will get easier. I know I keep saying it and keep saying it. Things will get easier. Cameron Fire 11 from Keaton. I am from Southeast London. I'm probably about 6-7 miles from now. Black Country Piker. Barry's got some links for you, Dom. What links is in deodorant links or links is in dirty website links? I've got both. If you want both, I've got both. Go pike fishing again. Cameron on fire. Go pike fishing again. Yeah, I will be going piking again. I don't know when, but I will be going piking again. You talking about Keston? Not sure when I'll next be up there. I've got a club water now, so I don't tend to go Keston as much anymore. Mike the Pike, thanks, mate. Means a lot. Back to business as usual last week. And Blake, I'm sure you'll have some fishers. If the carp starts to switch on, mate, actually, this time of the year is one of my favourite times of the year to fish for carp. As soon as the daffodils and the what they call daffodils and snowdrops come out, that's when I like fishing for carp. Not that I've done it for a few years, but it's my favourite time of the year to actually fish for carp. Actually, is this time of the year. It's when I first started carp fishing. Actually, Steve was going to plug my stuff. So it's Donkey Don Pong. You are obsessed with Pong. Pat Walsh, all the best, Barry. Great to see you well. Oh, thanks, Pat. I really appreciate that. I feel okay at the moment. I'm feeling okay. I have my good days and my bad days, but I feel okay at the moment. It's because I've got time off work. I mean, I've had 3 days off work so far, and 3 days I've done nothing because I literally had no energy to get up and even tidy my room. Bloody name. The geese you go fishing with. Someone help me out. Yeah, you was on a boat and you caught some really decent perch. So I really, really enjoyed that. Well, you guys are going a little bit too quick for me now. Yeah, AD, I really look forward to your perch videos, mate. Once the pike season finishes, that's what I'm going to be concentrating on, is fishing for perch. Now, on my club water, the perch are unknown. I don't know. It's a bit like the pike. I knew the pike were in there, but with the perch is supposedly now up to £3. But I haven't caught any perch as of yet, and I've not seen any being caught, and I haven't seen any photos. So it's going to be a little bit of an unknown quantity, me going up there and sort of testing the water. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to lure fish up there, so it's going to be primarily using bait, which I prefer to do anyway. But using a lure, perch fishing videos up there. Soon as the 15th comes, that's where my mind will be focusing on. So, Born to Fish, Teddy, Keith can take you in his new car. Take me where? Take me to Marsh Farm. I hope so. I'm actually looking forward to Keith got himself a new car this week. I'm not going to tell you exactly what happened to his other car because I don't want to embarrass him. But yeah, he's got a new car, so it'd be really nice to get in his new car and see what it's like. He adores it. So Don Fishing UK, fishing shite anyway. Don't worry about it. No, at the moment it is because the weather's been really shit, Dom, innit, really, but it's not too bad. I mean, I've seen you been out with a camera doing a lot of taking photos lately with your photography, so I'm sure that's a good little sidetrack from when you're not fishing, mate. Probably a nice way to unwind, and sometimes when we leave work, we need to do things to unwind, and I imagine that photography is one of yours, as well as when you can't get out and fish on the rivers and that, mate. Danny's Angling Blog. Evening. Oh, how you doing, Danny? I hope you're well, mate. Not seen you for a little while. Been really enjoying your videos as usual. Obviously, I know you've not been doing as many pike ones, and they're the ones that I love watching the most. But yeah, I've really been enjoying it, mate. I hope you're well, Danny. We had Mark in earlier on, which was really nice to see Mark. I really do miss his lives with Danny in there every week. It was fantastic. You ever fished at Brickworks? I haven't. No, someone actually asked me that earlier on, Cameron Fire 11. No, I've never fished Brickworks, mate. It's one place I haven't fished. Apparently it's in Norwood. Mike the Pike. Anyway, mate, back to work. Keep positive, mate. The yacht is a game changer. Yeah, it certainly is. I try not to mention it because all I ever do is mention about the yacht nowadays, and it bores the pants off me, as I imagine it probably does everyone else. But yeah, it will be a game changer, and it will change my life big time, mate. It's a massive risk. A lot of complications can happen, but it's something I need to do. Fanta Fishing. Wait till next year, Barry, down to fighting weight with some worldy misses. I doubt it, mate. Fishing getting on views of YouTube. A click button. Yeah, there's quite a few YouTubers I've noticed lately have been putting their missuses into videos. I noticed Nothing But Fishing. He's put his missus into a few videos. Who else? The Fox Consultant. I think he's been putting his missus in a few videos as well. Who's the Fox Consultant? Mark Pictures. I think he had his missus in one videos. Who else has been putting his missus in videos? Carl and Alex. So Carl, I think, on me, is it? I think she's been in a few videos. Who else has been putting their missuses in videos? There's been a few people I've noticed, which is good. I think it's fantastic. Take your spouse fishing, get them into fishing. I reckon with Ted and Kelly, it would have been the other way around. I reckon Kelly would have dragged Ted along. I know Ted's been a lifelong angler, but Kelly's mad for it. When you see them two together, it's funny to watch. She's proper mad, a bit like Bex as well. She's proper into her fishing, real proper anglers, man, proper fishing ladies, really know their stuff. Come on, Barry, I'll never let you forget that. Here we go. What's this one? The fish will do it. Black Country Piker. Come on, Barry. Well, we'll never let you get the web cunt. Yes. For any of you guys, I'm not gonna be too worried to say, but yes, last year I did a 1,000 subscriber giveaway on YouTube. And I'm not gonna say why. You know, we all have a little look. And for anyone that says I don't is a liar. Remember, I'm a single man. And on the bit, you know, the is it HTTP? Do you know when you put in links on the top of your computer? When I was doing a video for this YouTube giveaway, and I was using what was I using? I was using one of those randomizers. One of the links up there had one of the Cam TV programs on it. So since then, thanks to a few of them, especially Dom's brother Chris, who noticed it, I think. I've never been able to live it down that I'm now, who's a bit of a pervert looking at the cam girl, sorry. Evening Petal Roach Playboy. Playball. I must have missed something now. Dom, get this right. I'm off carp fishing on Wednesday. I know May as well come out. Let's go. You carp fishing? Are you carp fishing with Dom? Are you on your own? Or are you fishing with who's the fella you go carp fishing with sometimes? Is it Cameron? You going fishing with him? I know he likes carp fishing. Had a few Danny perch. Some of you guys talking amongst yourselves. Mark Carp's just listening. That's what I tend to do a lot of the time. If I'm in the middle of saying, if someone's doing a live, like when Mark used to do live, sometimes I didn't physically always type all the time, but I'd listen. And then when I heard my name mentioned, I come on and start typing. Usually it's when someone's talking about me looking at cam babes. Where are we? Danny's angling blog, Mr. Hollywood, like a reunion. This it is a bit like a reunion, isn't it? There's loads of people in here that I used to. I think when we was doing like the Great British Pike Off, that unfortunately went a bit tits up. We used to do some lives with me, Dom, and Black Country Piker, and what's his name, Jord, the Scouse angler. We used to have a right old laugh on there, and Adi would join in, and I used to miss those. Used to be good times, and then obviously going on to Mark Carp's lives, they were good times as well. We used to have a right old laugh. Where are we? Drew. Oh, Drew, that's it. Sorry, Drew, I forgot your name earlier. Wish Adi would put his missus in his what's this videos. I actually watch them then. Oh man. Dom fishing, yeah, dragging them along. Bex Nelson, International Women's Day. Yeah, it certainly is. Yes. Yeah, I've had that thrown at me quite a few times. International Women's Day. When's it International Man's Day? No, I'm joking. I'm joking. But no, yeah, International Women's Day, man. I'm all for equal rights for women, especially on the bank. Want to shout out my little dolly Kelly, Queen of the Predators. We have to share some fantastic fishing memories already. Looking forward to having more in France. So Bex is doing a little shout out to Kelly. It looks like you're going to France at some point to do some fishing. So yeah, fantastic. She's Queen of the Predators, man. Catfish is catching big pike. I haven't seen her with a massive perch yet, but I'm sure if she puts her hand to it, she'll have a couple of 5-pounders before we know it. If you want some videos, just let me know. There's little jokes going on amongst the people, I've noticed. The Scouse foot fetish. How is Jordan? Has anyone seen Jordan? I haven't seen him for a while. I think he was at the Glasgow Angling Centre today, actually. I think he posted out he was at the Glasgow Angling Centre. I think he works, doesn't he, sponsored by Mollux now, the Italian lure brand. Good for him. Born to Fish, yeah, B Dibs. International Man's Day is called Steak and Blowjob Day, Baz. Okay. I like that one. You should fish at Burgers Park. Burgess. Oh, Cameron Fire 11. You should fish at Burgess Park. Really good carp. Yes, there is good carp at Burgess Park. I never got around to fishing Burgess Park. For any of you guys that have never doesn't know Burgess Park, it's a big. So the lads that used to do a lot of carp fishing there. Some of the lads actually literally live on the bank for weeks on end. They'll go home, have a shower while their mate watches their stuff, and then they come back and they're literally on the bank. I don't know if it's still like that now. I heard it's quite clicky there, where everybody knows everybody. So, but yeah, some beautiful carp there. I even think I remember seeing, what's his name? An Urban Banks, Alan Blair do a video there a couple of years ago when Alfie Russell used to belong to Nash, but I think he's with ESP now, Drenham. And they went there and they done a couple of fishing sessions, catching carp. Some good fishing docks. Where are we? David Kerr. When are you coming over to catch a few of the? Right, you may have seen this. They. I'm not gonna be. What's the word? Pronouncing, but yeah, one of my bucket lists, one of my dreams, one of my bucket lists, and one of my dreams is to fish a moat of a castle. I've always wanted to fish a moat castle, and there's this one in Wales, and I posted it up on Facebook earlier on. It's one of my bucket lists to fish. It don't matter what species. It could be carp, could be roach, rudd, whatever. Pike would obviously be the best ultimate fish to catch in these castle moats. And this castle in Wales, I think it's near Swanley. I think it's near Swanley. Absolutely beautiful backdrop. If you go on my Facebook page, it's the last post or last post but one of some of the pike from now. They're not, I wouldn't say the most beautiful pike in the world. They're a bit warriors. From what I was reading, the pike have had a bit of a hammering over the years, and the pike used to grow a lot bigger in there. But absolutely beautiful backdrop scenery. I'd love to fish, but some of the carp in there are stunning. So I wouldn't even mind going carp fishing there, if I'm being honest. And I don't do that much carp fishing nowadays. Drew, have you had a matey? Hey up, Baz. Hey up. Hey up, Chuck. Thanks, Drew. I hope you're well, matey. It's been a long time since I've spoken to you. Probably got caught nicking them bikes. Barry, the streams are super laggy. I know, mate. Sorry, fella. I've moved the table a little bit, hoping pick up a signal. I've got loads of different lights on this at the moment to try and light me up because my room's quite dark. So I've got a light from my desk. I'm not going to show you it because I've got all floats hanging up. So I've got a light from my desk. I'm using a Ridge Monkey light to light me up. I've also got a lamp. So I'm using all different lighting to give you a better, hopefully, streaming because it's really crap streaming. So where are we? But yeah, I know it's lagging, mate. I really do apologise. It really is crap. Don't even know if we got optic or whatever it's called. Fibre optic, is it? I don't know. But there's three of us using a computer, and I'm using mine wirelessly, so that's why it cuts out. George sold his gear and started up magnet fishing. Fanta fishing. Yeah, I've not spoken to old Geordie for quite a while, Jordan Ackers. I know he was doing his pilot's license, wasn't he? And like I know he's with Mollux now, and he's doing what he loves, which is obviously his lure fishing. There was talk of him doing another YouTube channel, but again, I've not seen anything from him as of yet. So I hope he's well. Cameron Fire, see you later, mate. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Cameron. It's really appreciated you popping by and saying hello. I don't plan on being here for too long, to be honest with you. Just come on to have a little bit of a chat. You know, I've been on here 51 minutes, so just come on to have a little bit of a chat and see how everybody is. And it's been nice seeing loads of the old crew turn up, to be honest with you. All the old YouTubers that we used to chat to all the time. Don Fishing UK. He's too famous now, mate. He's got 3 lures and that. Oh, what poor old George. Nah, he's a good lad, George. I haven't spoken to him for a long time, so I'll have to bump him on a message just to see how he is. I'm watching the darts at the moment. Any of you guys watching the darts? Is anyone interested in darts? I can't stand that Welsh fella. What's his name? Gelwyn Price. He's so arrogant. Really can't stand him. It's 10-4 up at the moment. It's Clayton. I've got the volume down. Stephen, any new London venues you're looking to try this year? I'm a little bit on hold at the moment, Stephen. Again, I'm going to keep referring back to it, but it's the operation, mate. Once I've had the operation, I'm back on my feet and I can walk around to my heart's content, and I get myself driving. Then I've got to stick to what I can do, which is my 2 locals. I got a ponds not too far from me that I've fished for years since I was younger. Used to go pond dipping up there and all that. So I've got my local there. Then I've got my club water, which is not too far away. I've just renewed it, but it's astronomical prices. It really is expensive, but it's well worth it at the moment, especially if somebody who doesn't drive and who's got the issues I've got. So yeah, and then obviously I've got the Docklands that I fish. I mean, my mate Jack, who I haven't spoke about for quite a while, Jack, who I go fishing with as well, keeps asking about going up the Thames, and I've not gone up the Thames for a long time. It'll be too much for me to do that. So other than London venues, to be honest with you, at the moment, not really. Other than that, I do go fishing with Keith and the rest of the guys. We go down to Kent and we fish places down there. So let's rely on Keith with his car to sort of take me to venues which are accessible for me. You know, if we used to drop off somewhere like on one of the rivers down there and you have to walk a couple of miles to get to swims, it's just not going to work for me personally. So until I'm back up on my feet and I'm healthy again, I have to make do with what I can and what I've got at the moment. So that's why I'm really looking forward to not only seeing the guys work come Wednesday, Thursday when we do our 36-hour session. It also gives me a chance to fish a venue, which gives me a chance to catch a bigger fish and more of them. So yeah, at the moment, I just have to make do with the venues that I'm fishing at the moment, really. So yeah, this year, I'll be honest with you, there's not going to be many videos out this year to really start picking up again, and I'm a lot more healthy and fit that I can go out and do that. So yeah, just to answer the question, short, because I went around the houses. Yeah, new venues, not really, to be honest with you. Not at the moment. All that's on hold. Dom Fishing, tell you what, Baz, travel up north tomorrow and I'll put you on the 28. Do you know what, Dom? If I was to come and fish up with you, I know you'd look after me, mate, and you certainly would help me out to catch fish. I know you've offered me to come up and fish for barbel with you in the past, and I will do. Like I say, once I'm back on my feet, I will come up and have sessions with you, mate. Trust me, once I've got a car, I'm really at home. All I do be out doing is fishing. But at the moment, I just have to do the best I can. Fanta Fishing, Gelwyn Price is just the modern day Phil Taylor. He had a past of being arrogant and sportsmanlike. Yeah, I know. I mean, something you probably didn't know about me is I had a bit of a history with darts as well. I come from a darting family. My brother's a real good player, and he's not far off from getting in the British Open in terms of trying to play for the qualifiers. That's how close he is. He's a really good player, my brother, if he's watching. I come from a darting family. I used to work for Unicorn. Dan will know who Unicorn is. Unicorn's obviously a darts brand. And I was a handy player myself years ago. I used to play with Andy Fordham at the Rose in Woolwich. So, yeah, I'm not a bad darts player myself. I haven't picked up darts for quite a few years. I used to go to the darts matches with my brother. Got pictures of me and Phil Taylor. I used to repoint when Phil Taylor used to belong to, before he was Target Darts, he used to belong to Unicorn. I used to repoint his darts as well as John Lowe's. Who else did I used to do? Cliff Rezarenko, Paul Lims. I used to repoint a lot of their darts. So yeah, I come from a darting family. My dad used to play darts. My family played darts. So yeah, it's something I don't talk about actually too much, but yeah, I do. I do have the background with boxing, but also I have the background with darts as well. Don Fishing UK, drop some rods onto the Thames and see if you can. Oh, mate, there's some crazy, crazy fish in the Thames. I mean, you probably heard the story about Sean Luke, the guy who does the catch a fish from every borough, hooking into a 7-foot catfish right next to the HMS Belfast. That I can't believe it was that far down. I can believe it, and I can't believe it. Yeah, it was that far down. Oh, girl in Price has just won 11-4. Yeah, I can't believe a 7-foot catfish that far down. I know they've had them up Tellington Way and up where it's a bit more sort of before the tidal stretches, but I didn't think that someone could catch something like that there. It's crazy. Fanta Fishing, Matt, was best mates with Bobby George's son, Richard. Oh, okay. I've never met Bobby, actually. It's one darts player I've never sort of spoke to or met, really. Bobby taught me to play in his bar, and we would go fish his lakes afterwards. Yeah, he's got his own lakes, hasn't he, Bobby George? Oh, okay. So you got a bit of a sort of background, a little history with darts and that as well. You're a good player, Matt. Like I say, I used to play a lot. I haven't played for a long time, but the thing that lets me down is my maths. I'll be honest with you, my maths is not very good. It's good enough to play and beat people, but it's not good enough to compete with properly. Whereas my brother's maths is fantastic. But yeah, he's I like Bobby George. My favourite player of all time, like most people's, but growing up was watching Eric Bristow. I know that's what most people would say, but I loved Eric Bristow. I love the history of these. Now he's real arrogant. You know, we talk about Gerwyn Price being arrogant. Nah, Eric Bristow is real arrogant. But again, I think I met Eric. I met Eric once, but he was sponsored by Harrows, which is a different brand. And like I say, I used to work for Unicorn, so no, not great. But I go up the alley pally and get pissed every year. I see you dress up, Matt. Yeah, yeah. I know you go to the games. Me and my brother used to. Before I started getting all fucking mega fat and fucked up in the ankles and legs, I used to go to the Premier League with my brother, and I've been to the alley pally as well before for the boxing and the darts. So yeah, me and my brother go. It's one of the things like the boxing we just don't do anymore, just due to me being fucked up, and my brother being lazy. But I'm sure we'll try and sort something out, me and my brother, and go again. I do miss it actually, but I'm one of these people with the darts. I like to listen to commentary. Same with the boxing. The boxing's not too bad, but when you're watching darts, the atmosphere is good, but it's not. I like to hear the commentary when I'm watching darts. Boom. Fisher UK. Happy Gilmore was my favourite darts player. Happy Gilmore. I love that film. That film is fucking brilliant. James Marriott. Evening. Hello, James. Evening. Hope you're well, mate. And Stephen, what about the Lakeside? I know the darts venue, but Lakeside has been piping it, I believe. Yes. Lakeside, yeah, used to be Frimley Green, isn't it? Lakeside. That's where they used to have the Embassy BDO World Darts Championship till this year. And I think they cut the players' wages right down, and they had it at the O2 Indigo, which caused a lot of controversy and stir. Where a lot of players, I think the prize money used to be 50,000 or 100,000. I think it went right down to like 23,000 or something for the men's and the men's singles. So I don't know. But to answer your question, yeah, I believe there's some big pike in there as well, from what I hear. Didn't they used to have a lure championship some there years ago? Fanta Fishing, Stephen, you seen the video of the monster catfishing there inside the sunken taxi? I haven't. Maybe you have, Stephen. I haven't. Hell no, I'll have to check that out. Yeah, I haven't seen that either, Matt, to be honest. Monster catfish sitting inside a taxi. Black Country Piker. Any more terrorist activity, Barry? That one video you put up was like news around gone wrong. I know. It's crazy. You know, obviously living where I live and travelling into central London, I work in, well, not central London, but I work in Elephant and Castle. Every time there's a terror attack, it's either when I'm not far from where it's happened or I was that place sometime during that day. It's crazy. The first terror attack, you know, the geezer on the bridge got run out. No, they got run over, and then he run out and run around and stabbed a copper outside Westminster Bridge. I was on that bridge that morning going home from work. Then the Borough Market thing that happened, I was there that morning because I was working on the Belfast. The one and the only time I've worked on the Belfast. Coming home that morning, waiting at the bus stop, got home. When I got home, it all kicked off. When I woke up from my sleep and I found out about it. And then travelling, what happens on the bus a couple of weeks ago, you know, when they shot that geezer dead on London Bridge Road, that's literally up the road. I was travelling to work when it happened, and I was a mile or so away. And then you got I was travelling to work again, and it's a couple of miles away, but it was Lambeth. Not Brixton, not Lambeth. Where was it? Streatham Hill, where the geezer got, yeah, and that was just up the road. So it's like, I'm not far from where something's going to happen. And to be fair, where I work as well is under high alert, trust me, which makes my more stressful. Black Country Pike, Phantom Fishing. Actually, Stephen, that's Essex, Lakeside Essex. Keith would probably be the best person to talk to about Lakeside Essex because Keith works up that way, I think. So he'll be the best person because there are two lakesides, isn't there? There's one in Essex and then one in Surrey where Frimley Green is, where the darts is. So maybe that's where I'm personally getting a bit confused as well. Don Fishing UK. What do you know about B-Ball? Saw you on the post looking like a white Michael Jordan. What do I know about basketball? I used to be a good player back in the day. Again, it's another thing I don't really talk about too much. But I used to be quite athletic when I was younger. I played football at school, I played rugby at school, played tennis at school, like most people. But basketball was where it was for me. And I had talent for it when I was younger. And I used to be able to hold my own. I played for Tottenham, Crystal Palace for a little while. I played for Brixton Top Cats, training with them all and that. Played for the school. So yeah, I was a half decent basketball player. And I still follow basketball to this day. It's not everyone's cup of tea. And for me, the 90s basketball, it's a bit like football. You know, I follow football. I'm a Norwich City supporter, as you can see. But for me, my favourite era of basketball, my favourite era of football was through the 90s because I guess when you grow up in that particular time and that era, same with darts. Darts now is fantastic, but my favourite era for darts is the 80s because that's when I grew up watching it as a kid. That's when I found it most exciting. So, you know, you'll have different eras of what you enjoy. You know, it's the same with fishing. I mean, in the last 20 years, the difference and the change in fishing to it was when I first started properly 20 years ago is astronomical. I mean, carping was the big thing. Everybody was into their carping. And it's still the same today. You know, carping's massive, but piking back then was not as big as what it is now. You know, predator fishing and the inclusion of lure fishing, especially like drop shotting and using Carolina rigs and Texas rigs and all those type of Fandango rigs that have come from the States and from sort of Eastern Europe, not Eastern Europe, Scandinavia and them sort of places. You know, the inclusion of lure fishing has really made predator fishing go right up there. You know, every other video on YouTube now is a predator fishing video. You know, your carping still holds its own, but in the 20 years, and I said it was going to happen, that the predator fishing will kick off and the perching will, you know, every video you watch, I hardly ever see anybody using bait for perch. You know, you see people using their prongs on commercials and stuff like that. You never see any type of standard traditional bait fishing for perch. It's all lure fishing. And I can understand why. It's fairly straightforward and easy to do in a way, isn't it? You ain't got to go and buy a bait. It's always there in your bag. It's exciting. It's mobile. It's, you know, everything's, you know, in terms of lure fishing, I enjoy lure fishing. I really do. Someone made a comment earlier on in one of my videos saying, I can't remember exactly what he said word for word, but he was saying, oh, like criticizing the fact that I was lure fishing in one spot. I wasn't moving along. Well, if he took the time out to sort of understood the reason why I was only fishing in one spot, it's because I can't physically walk hundreds of spots like I want to walk. So, yeah. Oh, excuse me. I don't want to tell you my nuts got caught. know when you squash your nuts when you're sitting down for too long. Frank, great show. What, the darts on me? If it's me, I'd really do appreciate it. Really do appreciate it. Oh wow, I've just noticed I've got 11 thumbs up with 17 people still watching, so I really appreciate it. Just talk about anything here. You know, I'm a fisherman, I am an angler. This is a fishing channel. But if you want to talk about any other sports, I'll talk about any other sports. One thing we haven't spoken about tonight is footy. I'm actually surprised no one's brought up footy yet, especially Mark Hart. I know you're listening, Mark. Top of the league. Would you have, what was it, three losses in 4 games, was it? Even though you walked all over us. Yeah, so football's not been sort of brought up, actually. So, yeah, I appreciate that if you're talking about me, mate. Don't see much of it on the UK sports scene. What's that, basketball, Dom? Yeah, I watch it on Sky. Sky, I think I've got most of the rights of basketball now. On YouTube, they actually show it live, so I watch a lot of it live on YouTube. I support Chicago Bulls, if you didn't realise from the top I was wearing. But the players nowadays, they're fantastic in their skill, but they're not the players from the past, mate, in my opinion. Smiley goes fishing. Hiya, I prefer to use bait rather than lures for my perching. Yeah, I agree. I'm definitely a bait person when it comes to any of my fishing. I don't take lure fishing serious. That's the problem. I see it as a fun thing. I don't take it seriously. I absolutely love using lures for perch. I'm an old school lure angler for perch. So I do use jigs on standard jig head, but I've never used a Texas rig. I've never used a Carolina rig. Never used a Ned rig. I've never used any of these Cheb rigs and all that. That would be new to me for learning. So eventually, a bit like surface fishing for pike, I will learn how to use all these little Fandango rigs for perch because it looks fantastic fun. If you ask me to rig up half of these rigs, I wouldn't know. I'd have to go on other people's channels to see what it's about. You can't know anything about everything. So yeah, I do enjoy perch fishing with lures, but I like using old school lures. You know, I'm sorting through my old spinners at the moment. If you look in now, if you can see, I've got some proper spinners. Get a couple out. I've got mainly Blue Fox ones. So I've got this Blue Fox sort of never been used, I don't think, that one. Some Rapala ones. Let's get them all out. Let's have a little nose, see what I've got. Oh, I've got some really small Black Furies. I forgot I had these. Little, what size is that? Is that a 0 Black Fury, which is a Meps? Meps is one of my favourite spinners. And I've got some double zeros, I think, as well. Some real tiny ones. Look at them. A little sort of tiny, you know those little tiny rods that you use, Dominic? Look at that. That is absolutely tiny. I don't even know what size that one is. Yeah, that's a double O Meps. Yeah, I don't think you can buy them in the UK. I used to buy them when I used to work at Decathlon. I've got loads of spinners, as you see. I need to sort them all out. Some of these have never even been used. More Black Furies, different sizes. What size is that one? That's a size 2, that one. Black Fury. So yeah, I've got loads of spinners. That's a nice one. That's a Blue Fox, I think. That's like a perch pattern Blue Fox spinner. Nice, that one. So yeah, I'm into my spinner. I like spinners. I'm an old school, I like spoons and spinners. So yeah, where was we? Yeah, so to answer your question, I do prefer using bait, but especially perch fishing with live baits is probably one of my favourite methods. Talk about anything okay? Anyone stockpiling bog roll? I think my mum has, actually. I think she went out and bought loads of bog roll, to be honest. But we always got loads of bog roll anyway. Born to fish. Teddy, no football, please. I can't take it. How about boxing? We can talk about boxing if you like, mate. Nothing wrong with a bit of boxing talk. I don't think we talked about that. So if you've got any questions about boxing or my thoughts and feelings on it, I'll certainly talk about it. I know Fanta Fishing likes boxing. Nothing wrong with football, as long as it's Norwich City. Done Fishing UK. Is that a glass of egg yolk? Looks thick. No, it's pineapple juice. Yeah, it does look thick, doesn't it? No, it's pineapple juice. Barry, what are your freshwater PBs? Not very good for fishing. What do you want to know? Let me think of some off the top of my head. Right, carp. My mirror is £25.8, and my common is £25.4. My catfish is 25. My chubby's £5.4. My roach is just under £1. My rudd is just £1. My perch is £2.13. My tench is £7.9. My bream is about 4. My eel is 4.5, £4.8. Catfish, I've said. Barbel, I've never had. I've had a little small barbel. I've never really had a barbel. Well, what other species is there? Tench, perch, pike. Zander is £10.14. Looking at my rods to try and get inspiration of what fish. What else is there? I can't remember. Is there any other fish I've missed off that you want to know about? Not very impressive, to be honest with you, my PBs. But then, as I've got older, PBs mean that when that happen, if a PB happens or I catch a big fish of a species now, it's fantastic. I will be doing cartwheels. I'll be over the moon. But as I've got older, that I care about that less and less now. It's about catching the fish and the memories behind it. So yeah. Smiley goes fishing. Get on the Murto. It's cheaper than bog roll. Laughing out loud. What's Murto? Have I missed something? Don Fishing UK. Yeah, Wilder Fury 3 should be a team. Yeah, Wilder Fury, I think, is penciled in for July. I'm not sure exactly what date. Wilder's just doing it out of pride. He's an absolute. I can't stand Wilder. He's a dickhead. I want him to see him getting flattened out properly this time in the second round. Fucking mathy arsehole. I can't stand him. How's the floats coming on, mate? James Marriott. Yeah, they're coming on okay. I'm in the middle of making floats for my friend Dan and his dad. Finished majority of them. I've only got a few left to do. There's a couple of dead bait pencils that I've made for him and his dad. There's his dad's ones. I've got to epoxy the bottom. But there are his dad's ones with his name on. And Dan's ones. No, they're Dan's ones, sorry. And then his dad's ones are this colour with their name on. So you've got Dan's ones and his dad's ones. These are dead bait pencils. If some of you have noticed, you see that I've actually made a pike float and I put some jig skin on the top. So it's actually, they're all packed away now. I'll get them out and show you. I put jig skin over the top. So I actually made the pattern of a pike at the bottom half of it, and it come out quite nice. But I've got some other floats that I'm working on at the moment. Oh, don't want to drop them. These ones are what I'm working on at the moment, which is veined ones. But these might go towards being a prize for my 2,000 subscriber giveaway. Not just these. I've got a whole plethora of goodies that someone can win when I get to 2,000 subscribers, which I'm going to do a competition for. So spread the word. Anybody who's on here who's a subscriber, 2,000 subscribers. I think I'm about 180 off or 190 off. But as soon as I hit 2,000, I'm going to do a 2,000 subscriber giveaway where you can get baseball cap, beanie hat, floats. I'm going to make a whole set of floats for that person. I've got a bag to give away with the London Predator Angler logo on it, like that. So yeah, I've got a few things, some lures. So it's going to be like a little goodie bag of what you can win when I hit 2,000 subscriber giveaway. So yeah, I've been working on floats, but I'm easing up on it a little bit now. I've got some more floats. I'm not going to show you actually because they're for another friend that I've made for him specially. Where are we? Metro. Smiley goes fishing. Metro. Yeah, I don't think I could wipe my ass on a newspaper, to be honest. Mind you, when you got the shits, you'll use anything. I've used leaves in the woods when I'm playing golf before, so I'm sure you didn't want to know that, but yeah, I've had to say. Fanta fishing eel. My PB eel is, I think I said £4.8, £4.5. So that's my PB eel. What's your biggest miller's finger? Dom, you're crazy. Would love to catch one Dom, seeing them in the margins. Mick Roberts, hi mate. Do you do any canals? I don't, unfortunately. I've not fished a canal for quite a while. It's not no reason why I can't fish canals. Just don't have one near me to fish. But I'll fish anywhere. If it's wet and there's fish in it, I'll fish it. I don't care the size of the fish anymore. As I sort of said earlier on, God, I look ginger. My beard looks grey in it. Yeah, I'll fish. And PBs and catching large fish is fantastic when you catch a big fish. But because I'm 40 years old now, you know, catching a big fish doesn't matter to me anymore as much. If I catch one, I'll be doing cartwheels. If I don't catch one, so long as I'm catching, I'm enjoying, that's the main thing, really. It's all about enjoying on the time, the little time I do spend on the bank, and make it, in my mind, making memories for me. Even if I catch a couple of jacks or catch a pound perch or whatever. Oh yeah, talking about pound perch. I don't know if you guys read my little story that I put up the other day on Facebook and a couple of other websites. I really enjoyed sort of reliving that little bit of moment with my little. I'm really bad at typing. I'm not very good. You guys know I was making spelling mistakes, but I really enjoyed sort of sharing a little story. It was about 3 a.m. and I was reading a book, perch book, Willow Pitch 4. Yeah, Willow Pitch. I was reading a perch book and there was all perch stories in there, and it got me thinking about what got me into perch fishing in the first place. So yeah, I just done like a little sort of paragraph, couple of paragraphs of why I started perch fishing and what got me into fishing in the first place. So if you haven't read that, go and have a little read of it because I enjoyed writing it actually. I'm not very good at articulating myself. Is it articulating? I'm not very good at typing. I've got an E for English, that kind of thing. So don't expect the words of wisdom from me, but yeah, I really enjoyed doing that. So I got a really good response from that. I think over 12,000 people have seen that and read it. So yeah, it's really, I'm really sort of humbled. Where are we? Born to Fish, Dom, definitely not complete waste of time. Straight to Joshua versus Fury. Yes, no, I agree with that. I don't really want to see Wilder fight Fury again. Free. I don't see the point. I think it's too. The thing for me, it was too conclusive in the second fight. Problem is, he's got that rematch clause, so he has to honour it basically. But basically, I think you should just give up because you know no one who can be as high as what he's been. A bit like Joshua, and then be champion of the world, defended your title 10 times, and then wanting to come back and carry on. I just, especially after being beaten the way he's got beaten, I think you should just give up personally. He's got enough money, so there's no way that he can't fight. Wilder's got no. He's got no rhythm, man. He's just windmills. I know he's calmed down from the windmilling, but he's. It only takes that 1 minute for him to knock anybody out, including Fury. He can knock anybody out like that. But his boxing skills are just the only thing you can rely on is that right hand. And now, if you know what you're looking for, you're into your boxing, you know what you're looking for. You can see it coming a mile off. Don fishing look good for roach fishing those floats. Can you imagine roach fishing with one of them? Mind you, funny you should say that actually. When it comes to float fishing, I'm not into using like Keith rips the piss out of me because he shots his float right down for delicate biting fish, whereas I like to have a good, because I'm not very good sighted, I like to have a good portion of float showing when I'm float fishing, like with maggots, the smaller species. And I always have people ripping the piss out of me for using perch floats or shark floats when I'm sort of fishing for species. Like for fishing, I like a big lumpy gazette bung. You know, I'd use a 50-gram gazette bung, no problem for piking. People worry about resistance and all that. I don't. If a pike wants your bait, it'll pick it up and run with it. As long as you can get some sort of indication and it can pull it under, that's You know, that's what it should be doing. I like to use the bigger than average float for most of my fishing, to be honest. Where are we? Top drawer in perch, Bob's floats. We love the Fanta one. I bet you would. Go and watch my video. You can show you how to make them. Barry, do you still keep tropical fish? We picked up a baby tiger Oscar today. Bex, yeah, I don't keep tropical fish anymore. To be honest with you, Bex, over the last few years, I've gone off the boil with fish keeping. I just fell out of love with it for many reasons. I'm not going to go into. I'll tell you one day the reason why. But yeah, I fell out of love with it because, well, I'm not going to say why, but I will tell you one day. And I've only just started getting back into it. And funny enough, my tank's sitting behind me empty, waiting for fish to go in. And I was thinking about setting up tropical fish again. I have kept Oscars before, but you need a very big tank for them. You picked up a baby tiger Oscar. How big's your tank then? You must have quite a large tank to keep a tiger Oscar, because you'll probably know they get quite large. They're a bit like having a puppy dog, an Oscar in a tank. Keith's had Oscars. I think Dan may have even kept Oscars before. But yeah, I do miss fish keeping, but with my tanks only 125, 125 Fluval. So I might get a couple of tropical native fish in there. I might put some Tommy Rough in there, and I might put some gudgeon in there. So maybe a crucian carp. So I was thinking of setting that back up as a native cool species, but obviously smaller species. Right, all got school, got to shoot. Good luck to you all into the practices. And you, Steve. Good luck, mate. Thanks for stopping by tonight, Steve. Really appreciate it, and good luck to you for the rest of the week if you do manage to get out for the end of the pike season. I know you guys fish canal, so I think you guys actually fish on after the pike season. But with spawning coming up, I'd imagine you'll probably lay off it for a little while. But yeah, if you're out, Steve, good luck, mate. I hope you catch a few pike, and I really appreciate you stopping by and giving us your best, mate. It's been good to speak to you. Don Fishing UK, Miller's Fingers is the bullhead, Barry. Okay. Don Fishing, keep forgetting to have a go with the bobs you sent us. Lost two pandas in the first week you sent them. Yeah, yeah. I hope you enjoyed those bobbers, Dom. I owe Dom for the London Predator Angler. Sorry, the competition we had a couple of years ago. What's it called? I said it earlier on. Great British Pike Off. I owe Dom a lure. The loser had to buy. All the losers had to buy the winner a lure, and Dom didn't want a lure because the sort of competition went a bit tits up. So I said to him, "Look, no, because I feel like I owe you a lure." He didn't want a lure, so I went, "Well, okay, then I'll give you a couple of floats then." So I sent him over a couple of bobbers for him to use. So yeah, I'm really interested to see how you get on with them, Dom. Catching a few perch on them, mate. And I'm going to be using some perch ones myself when the perch season starts on March 15th. I have already done that. Fanta fishing, Matt. I've actually done that already, mate. I've just not. I've not finished them. I have actually made some micro crucian carp ultralight floats, to be honest, but I've not shown them. I've not revealed them because they're not finished, and they're made from peacock quill, not peacock quill. Porcupine quill, and cork. But when they're made and they're finished, I'll show everybody. Dom Fishing UK, get on the Drennan dribblers, mate. Yeah, dribblers are good, or dibblers, should I say? Sorry. Yeah, they're a good float of dibblers. Oh, I've been talking so much, my mouth's gone. I'm really dry. Right, where are we? What's the time? I've only been doing it for an hour and a half. Mark, 63. Hello from the States. Ready to catch some largemouth and smallmouth bass soon here. Winter is over in the 10. Only chance, Mark. I don't know what the seasons are for fishing over in the States, depending on what state you're fishing in and what you're fishing for. But largemouth bass and smallmouth bass, yes. Smallmouth don't appeal to me. I don't know why, but largemouth do. In Europe where we are, you probably know, we have a bass called the black bass. In Spain, I think in France, Italy, I think there's a few places where reside the black bass. And the black bass, I believe, is a form of largemouth bass. It's a largemouth bass. We call it black bass. And I'd love to go fishing for them. They're absolutely beautiful. I can imagine catching those on conventional perch method, what we use for perch fishing, which I think most perch methods now you see in the UK, apart from spinners, if I'm rightly, but most of the plastics, soft plastics, and that come from the bass world, really. Very similar species. Done fishing UK or 6, can't remember being that long since I used them anyway. 3 number 8s. Oh yeah, you're talking about shotting pattern. Phantom fishing, I'll have to look, Dom. I'll go Bob Nudd on the pole usually. Bex Nelson, that's a shame, but yeah, you definitely should. We have 4 tanks now. One same as yours, our community tank. We have another 145 barb community. What barbs have you got? Is it rosy barbs or Dissa barbs, checker barbs, tiger barbs? I think tiger barbs got another name called Sumatran barbs as well. I used to work for anyone who don't know, I used to work in the fish keeping industry as well as the tackle industry. I used to work in the fish keeping industry for 7 years. And I'm big on fish keeping, but the last few years, like I said earlier, I lost passion for it. And I'm hoping to regain that back by setting my tank up. But yeah, I don't know if you know, Bex, this channel, before this was London Predator Angler, before it was Predator Bites UK and all that, this used to be just Barry Cullis fish keeping channel. I had 12 videos up about fish keeping. I used to breed Siamese fighting fish in my house. I used to have 4 big tanks, and I used to have a big racking system with all beaters on there. And I used to breed Siamese fighters. So yeah, this channel used to be a fish keeping channel. But and you got a 22-litre nano set up, and then after 4 foot up, I've gone upgrade it now. So you guys are into your fish keeping. That's something we actually have in common that I didn't know, Bex. So when next time we're on the bank, we're gonna have to have a right old catch up about fish keeping. Oh, of course, yeah. I remember now on Facebook. I think you put a couple of your pictures or videos up that I've seen. Yeah, I remember now. You are a fish keeper. Yeah, I remember. You got 22-litre nano set up. What you got in there? Have you got a beta? Have you got celestial pearl danios? Have you got guppies? What have you got in a smaller tank? Ember catchers are really nice to keep in small nano tanks. Pretty fish. I don't know if you watch YouTube channels. Joey Mullins, King of DIY. I think he's the first fish keeper to get over 1 million subscribers. I think I'm pretty sure of it. So yeah, let me know. We've got a lot to catch up on, Bex. We can start talking about fish keeping. Keith's into fish keeping as well, but he's into freshwater, cold water goldfish. He's really into his fancy goldfish. But you name it, I've kept it. If I didn't keep it at work and I sold it, I kept it at home. So yeah, I'm into my fish keeping as well. Mark 63, Tennessee, I live in. Yeah, near Nashville. I know it. Wicked. Yeah, I love to go to the States. I've always wanted to go to the States, not just to visit like the big theme parks. I've always wanted to go to the big theme parks. I always wanted to go to the Jaws ride because Jaws is my favorite film for anyone of you guys that didn't know. I always wanted to go to the Jaws ride, but obviously that's closed down now. I think I think it's Harry Potter or something. And I see they've upgraded the Jurassic World ride, but it looks really good, but it's like too much like the old ride, the Jurassic Park ride. But yeah, to sort of say about the States, I'd love to go fish in the States. Alligator gar will be a species I'd like to fish for. I'd like to fish, obviously, for muskies. Muskies are probably one of the main fish I'd love to fish for over there. Phantom fishing, right? I'm off. Good stream. Take it easy, Kong. You got a good memory. Yes, Kong. That's my nickname. Thanks for dropping by, Matt. I really appreciate that, mate. And I look forward to your tench fishing videos. And I'll speak to you real soon. You take care, mate. And I'll catch you up on Facebook at some point. Don Fishing UK, barbecues. Barbecues. I want a barb tank, but strictly barbless rules in place. Oh, I was waiting for that to come out. Don Fishing UK might go on a trip to the USA to see what real Big Macs is like and fly home same day. The Big Macs in the UK are the worst of the worst, mate. I remember when we went to Ireland, me and Dan, first time we went to Ireland, 2004. It's crazy because in Ireland we stayed in County Cavan and Enniskillen. We was sort of going between Northern Ireland and Southern Ireland, and we had a McDonald's from there. And do you know when you go into McDonald's and you see the pictures of the burger, and it's perfect. The lettuce, the cheese is hanging right, perfect. You go into one in Bromley where I live, or anywhere in the UK, and it's all squashed, half hanging off, half of it's missing, and it's got either no sauce or too much salt. It's just looks like a pile of shit, doesn't it? When I went to Ireland, it was perfect. It was like the picture, and it's crazy. I remember the McFlurries were mint. I think they were mint Aero or something, and they put little four-leaf clovers on the top, like what they do with coffees and things like that. And in Enniskillen, in their KFC, in the burgers as well as lettuce, they put grated carrot in there as well, which was really weird. But yeah, I love Ireland. I really, really love Ireland. I really miss it. So I'm hoping, and we was talking about it, us and the rest of the guys that I fish with, Team LPA, about going to Ireland one day next year, maybe, if once I get myself better. I'm really looking forward to it. Where are we? Mark Harp's still in the room. Saying goodbye to Matt. Mark 63. We have muskies here in Tennessee, a river about 45 minutes away from where I live. Has them on my local bucket list to catch. You're telling me you live 45 minutes away from a musky river and you not fish for them? Maybe, yeah. I suppose it's easy for me to say because obviously I live in a different country and we don't have muskies. Funny you should say that. Actually, not a lot of people know this, but muskies were brought into the UK. I think, and I believe 50 muskies were brought into the UK and released into someone's lake, but they never got out of the lake and nothing was never said about it anymore. But I believe there were muskies in the UK at one point. I don't know how true that is, but something I read I'm not sure where I read it. I read it somewhere. But I definitely know walleye, which is like the American version of our European zander. Walleye were definitely brought into the UK and they were released in the same area where the zander first were originally released in. Well, they were released in Woburn, Coombe Woburn Abbey Lake, I think, where they had catfish and all sorts, like in the 18th century, 19th century, early 19th century. But when zander released on the Great Relief Channel, I think 97 zander were put there up in the Great Ouse. They also released walleye, 15 walleye, and apparently there is a record walleye. I don't think the British Record Fish Committee now view it as an actual record, but one of those walleyes was caught at 12 pounds or 13 pounds. So yeah, there was actually an official record at one point for a walleye in the UK. Walleyes are slightly smaller, slightly different coloured markings of our UK or European zander. So not a lot of people knew that walleye was released into the UK. Where are we? Dom UK, you mean slopping a box, Barry? Exactly that. That's exactly what it is. I don't eat all that food anymore. I can't remember last time I had a McDonald's. Actually, I tell a lie. I am going to lie to you. I do remember last time I had a McDonald's, and it was the last McDonald's I was ever going to have. And actually, how can I put it? My demons is food. One of my biggest demons is fast food. I love all types of fast food, and I knew that eventually I have to give it up, like fags, like smoking. And it's really difficult to part with this. And this don't mean nothing to you, but it means a lot to me. I kept the box, the last McDonald's I ever had, which is the double quarter pounder with cheese last year, end of last year. It's the last burger and chips I had from a fast food takeaway, and I can't get rid of it. It's like a memory, like a warm. Like if I look at that and remember when I last had the bite out, I always remember it. I know it sounds really ridiculous. It's like I keep it. I haven't thrown it away. I have to look at it to remind me not buy a McDonald's, or when I really want something naughty to eat, like a KFC, I look at that and think, no. So it's quite symbolic to me, really. Bex Nelson. The barbs we have are barbs, cherry barb. Cherry barbs are beautiful. I love cherry barbs, especially the males. Tiger barbs, my favourite species. That's what I was actually thinking of putting in my 125, making it actually a tiger barb tank. I've been telling Keith that for ages, but I'm still toying with the idea whether put crawfish in there or not. Checkers, you got some checkers, black rubies. Wow, you got quite a few. I think there's and others non-barbs. You got loads of barbs, didn't you? Wow. They were walleyes, Barry. Oh, okay. So you confirm that as well, Dom, that walleyes were put in the UK as well. I thought it was just me. Nano has Celestial Pearl Danios. I thought you might have done. I love Celestial Pearl Danios. They've not been in our hobby very long, Celestial Pearls. And I remember when they first come out a couple of years ago, and they were really sought after. No one knew how to keep them because they were so new in the hobby. They can only hazard a guess of how to keep them in a biotype in terms of the environment that they live in. White Cloud Mountain minnows, can't go wrong with them. Corries, what corries were they? Were they peppered? I believe that peppered corries can be kept in cooler temperatures as well. So with White Cloud Mountain minnows, if you put White Cloud Mountain minnow at its highest temperature range, and then peppered corries, its lowest temperature range, they can actually coexist with each other. Small plecos. What plecos were they? Are they any fancy plecos? My favourite pleco is the gold nugget. And again, that's what I was thinking of keeping in my tank. We kind of use a nursery and move them on. Okay. Mark 63. I have caught lots of pike here and chain pickerel. Chain pickerel are beautiful, beautiful little pike species or Esox species. Yeah, lovely. And the smallest of the pike family. Yes, they are. Beautiful fish. Pickerel are with the markings on them. They certainly are. I've got a guy on my Facebook. I'm not sure if you're the same guy, actually, who catches yellow perch and pickerel. And he sent me some pictures on my Facebook page. And they're beautiful markings and beautiful species. I really do appreciate you tuning in from America, by the way, Mark. Mark 63. Done fishing UK. I believe the walleye fry were mixed up with the black bass. Were they? I can't quite remember the story behind it, mate. I've actually got a book with the story in it, so I should read it out and have a look. We will send you some pictures. Yeah, please do, Bex. That'd be nice to see your tanks or something in our little group. I like to see them. Like I say, Keith's into fish keeping. Dan used to keep fish, so it'll be really nice to see. Mark Carp, have to Dash Barry. Good to see you live again, and good luck with the fishing next week, mate. Take care. Thanks for popping by, Mark Carp. I really appreciate it, mate, and I really do miss your lives. I hope you well, and I can't wait to see you at your Pepper Army video. You take care, look after yourself, and good luck with your carp fishing, mate. Don Fishing UK. It's all right, Barry. I haven't had a beer in a month. Kind of struggling without sanity juice. It's funny. I've never. One thing that's never really sort of been one of those vices for me has been alcohol. I can kind of take it or leave it. Sometimes in the summer, I'm like, I could really taste a beer, or I could have a nice fruity cider or something like that. But it's something I'm not really. It's not one of my vices, unfortunately. Same with smoking. I've never smoked in my life. I've only ever taken drugs once, but we won't talk about that. And yeah, so my vice is food, and like I say, this is my reminder, my symbol. So I find it hard to throw away because it's like a reminder not to touch. Sorry for going back on myself. Those walleye fry are meant to be black bass, but were mixed up, so we nearly had some black bass fishing. Okay. Yeah, I think they talked about putting black bass in this country at some point, but I don't know the history of black. I remember the Angler's Mail was running these a week when I was talking about species what were native to the UK and where they coincided with the UK. And one of them was on black bass, but I never really did read it. I think I have got that article. I ripped it out I've kept it. I've got loads of articles. My favourite articles from all the old course fishing magazines, like Course Fisherman, Preview Course Fishing, all my favourite articles. I used to rip them out and I put them in a folder, and I've still got them somewhere. And I'm sure there's an article on black bass in the UK. Mark 63, thank you. You're welcome, mate. Like I say, thanks for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. And it's always nice to get an opinion of someone else from a different country who does a different type of fishing, you know. Gareth Jones. He used to have 6 foot Malawi set up, missing it. Also a marine tank with toadfish. Yeah, I've never kept the one species I've never personally kept is marine fish. I know a little bit about them, but I'm not an expert on it. Dan, my best mate Dan, who's part of LPA, London LPA, Team LPA. He's kept cold water marine, so he's had like a British freshwater cold water marine species tank. But yeah, I've never kept marine fish before. Malawis, again, yeah, they could be a bit temperamental, in there. You've got to get the right amount of males to female ratio, or you're going to have all sorts of problems with the males mashing up the other males and so on and so forth. So yeah, you got to have the right, depending on the right size of the tank. The tank needs to be at least 250, 300 litres, doesn't it, to keep Malawis. It's different if you've got Tanganyikans. I think Lake Tanganyika tanks, I think, can be quite a lot smaller, because some of their species are a little bit small, like I'm not going to pronounce them because I'm going to sound like a right idiot on camera or on film. So yeah, some of those species, they get quite large from Malawi. I think there's some large ones in Tanganyika as well, but you can get shell dwellers and things which are quite small species from Tanganyika, so you can have a lot smaller tank. But yeah, I've never kept Malawis before personally, just because I've never had a tank sort of large enough that I want to keep them in. I'd rather have things like Oscars and things like that. But they are beautiful, Malawis. Probably the most beautiful freshwater fish next to marine fish. Did you see Dom UK? Did you see burbot are getting reintroduced? Yeah, I saw an article on that. I didn't know whether to believe that or not, Dom. What are your thoughts and feelings on that? I mean, burbot used to, as you say, reintroduce. Used to be part. I know you can get them in the on the continent, on the mainland continent, but I think there is. I think it's one of those species where we still have a few in the UK. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure I read somewhere, I've seen somewhere that there are burbot in the UK, but like literally a handful. A bit like a sturgeon. You know, we stock sturgeon into lakes and ponds, but there are a few sturgeon that run up the rivers that get caught occasionally, which are obviously naturalistic sturgeon. So the same. I love one fish I like to catch in Europe that we don't have is the asp. I love to catch them. They're like they look like a vicious, nasty fucking chub, don't they? An asp. So I'd love to catch them on lures. They look mental to catch. Mark 63, going down to South Florida soon to fish for peacock bass. Absolutely lovely, colourful fish from the Amazon. They certainly are. You say South Florida, is that in the canal systems? I was watching, you probably know River Monsters, Jeremy Wade, and he was catching them from a canal system. Obviously, they're not meant to be there. The same with snakeheads. There was bullseye snakeheads and stuff. And he was catching them from there, and they're not even, obviously, they're not native from there. So they was actually taking them out and killing them, freezing them, I think, as there was using the electrodes. As they're going along the canals, they were electrifying. So the native fish they were putting back, and the ones that are not meant to be there, they was freezing them, I think. So I know they have a real problem with fish that shouldn't be in their water system. Same in the UK, we have loads of fish, bitterlings. What else do we have off the top of my head? There's loads of fish that shouldn't be here, but are. One of the big ones is Zander. I spoke about Zander. There's this big to do about Zander in the canals at the moment, in the Midlands canals. There's like a big backwards and forwards argument about should they be there, shouldn't they be there, and so on and so forth. I have my own thoughts and feelings on that, but I'm not going to get into it right now because I just not got the brain power to argue the case or for or against. But I like Zander, and if I think if the species can settle, and like Zander in the fens have settled now, they've been there for 70 years or whatever it is they've been now, and apparently it's a lot better fishery for it. I don't know if that's true or not. You know, I'm not an expert. I'm not a scientist. I don't work for the EA, but I like catching zander. I'm glad they're there. That's my opinion. But on the canals in the Midlands, I don't know because I don't fish them canals, so I don't know just how much the zander have taken over and how much of a problem they are. Smiley goes fishing. East Anglia plus the Fens area where most of the stateside fish were introduced. That's right. Barry Button. Evening, gents. Evening. Dom. There's a few potential sightings, but not proven. I think it's excellent to have them back in the rivers. Looks like a real cool fish. Yeah, I don't know too much about burbot, if I'm being honest, mate. Yeah, it's one of those species I've had no, obviously I wouldn't have had no dealings with, but I don't know too much about it. So yeah, I'd like to read that article because I've not read it and just find out a little bit more about them. But yeah, like I say, I know on the continent that there's plenty of them. They're established, but um, yeah, I'll have to have a look. They get big too. Yeah, they're like a small catfish, aren't they? They look like a little sort of mottled, sort of browny, yellowy, orangey, catfishy thing. Mark, 63. Yeah, near Miami. So yeah, I was right. Yeah, it shouldn't be in those canal systems, should they? Um, Barry Button. I saw an online article about an alligator guy that was found. Yeah. See, again, I've not read that article, but yeah, that article apparently there was an alligator gar that was found in one of the UK canal systems. Now, I think the alligator gar is the largest of the gar family because I think it was Steve actually who was here earlier. He was asking the question, can you get gar in the UK? And yeah, you can. You can buy alligator gar, not alligator gar. You can buy garfish. There's different species, varieties. Like I think you can get speckled gar, short fin gar, even shorter fin gar. I am joking, by the way, but yeah, there are different species of gar in the UK. So I'm not entirely sure which ones are. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure which species it is. If it is actually an alligator gar, which is the largest of the gar, but they're caught in Texas. Am I right, Mark? 63. Am I right? Alligator gar are caught in Texas, and they're massive. But if it's Texas, wouldn't Texas be quite a warm? It's a warm area, isn't it? So I don't know how alligator gar would actually survive in the UK waters, especially in sort of like the drop in temperatures. Do you think you're better off on syndicates for carp fishing or day ticket? Barry Button, do you think you're better off on syndicates for carp fishing day ticket? As it can get pricey for a day ticket fishing. It can, you're right. I think, look, commercial carp fishing day ticket have their places. The reason why they have their places is because it allows people to have access to those waters. They are expensive. It allows people to have them waters, but you also do get the idiots and you consider anglers that you fish alongside them. Dan, my mate Dan, absolutely hates commercial waters. Although he's sort of changed his views over the years, um, we if we could all go on commercial on syndicate waters and get away from it all. My syndicate ticket is astronomical price. I'm not going to tell you how much it is because I'm even a little embarrassed about it, but it is what it is. The biggest carp in where my syndicate water, which I've not fished for carp yet, is just under £30, £29. So it's not massive, but again, it's not about size for me. If I catch a £12 carp, no, it's not £2 grand. If I catch a £12 carp and it's absolutely stunning and beautiful, and then catch a £23 carp, what is more important to me? Is it a bigger fish or is it a more prettier fish? And nowadays, a prettier fish is more important to me. I wouldn't have said that in my early 20s, late teens, early 20s. I wouldn't have said that, but now I would because as you get older, your mentality changes, and mine certainly has. So I like Syndicate because it's nice to get away from it all. You know what I'm saying? Like my little club water, I got there midweek. There might not be another person around. You know, you've got the peace and the solitude, and you haven't got people casting over each other and causing commotion and arguments. I went to a place called Orchid Lakes down in I went catfishing, a place called Orchid Lakes a few years ago down in Kent, and apparently it's a lovely place to go fishing. But I went down there and I found it so cliquey, and the amount of people that were um, the amount of people that were crossing over lines and fighting and arguing, trying to get a little space in the corner. It's incredible. And it was ridiculous. One of the most ridiculous places I fished. I'm sure it's not like that all the time, but when you had that one bad experience, it doesn't sort of hold you in good stead fishing public waters. I fish public waters because I have to sometimes. If I had a car, then things would be different because I would probably fish better quality waters where I do have an outside chance of a bigger, better fish, and of more fish that's fished less. I think it also depends on the species of fishing for because, like for me, pike. I know you touched upon carp, but with pike don't do or thrive very well on pressure. You know, with lots of angling pressure. So you want to go to places where there are less fish for, or you know, there's less of you fishing for them. So yeah, it depends. It all depends. It's there's pros and cons for syndicate over um, over day ticket and vice versa. You know, there's some really top quality day ticket waters. It really is. So yeah, it's a bit of six of one, half dozen. I'm afraid. Um, Colin Blank, are you in the PAC? Are you the same fella that keeps asking me all the time if I'm in the PAC? Um, I was in the PAC last year. I'm not at the moment. I need to renew. There's a couple of clubs that I want to there's a couple of clubs I want to join, and I need to rejoin the PAC. So to answer your question, I'm normally a PAC member, but at the moment I'm not because I need to rejoin. It's actually run out this month, start this month. So Barry Button, I can't stand fishing with members of the public. Does my in. I can understand that. I really do. You know, when like I said, when there's like a 2 acre lake and there's like 20 of you fishing around it, it's ridiculous. But there's a lot of carp fisheries now where they're a lot more carp friendly, not just to the actual carp themselves, but to the angler as well. And last thing you want to do, you want to go fishing. I don't mind talking to other anglers on the bank, but sometimes you just want that peace and solitude where you don't want to see another person or interact too much with other people. You just want to be there and fish and enjoying it. Especially when I'm making videos. If I'm on the bank and I'm filming myself, I don't get self conscious anymore. You know, I don't worry about that kind of thing. But it's nice when you can just film yourself and you know you ain't got no other people sort of. You know, the amount of times I've got a fish and I'm talking to the camera and then someone wants to come up and literally have a conversation with me while I'm in the middle of talking while I'm holding the fish. And you can, I mean, I wouldn't dream of doing something like that until the person's finishing what they're doing. But that's general public, isn't it? But yeah, like I say, there's pros and cons for both, but I do understand where you're coming from. George, lovely. The chat, good to see you, Barry. George in Stoke, nice to see you, George. Thanks for stopping by, mate. I hope you enjoyed the chat, or if you just started coming in on the chat. What is the time? It's nearly 2 hours I've been going for. So what's that? 10 to 9. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to be here for. There's still 15 people watching. So has anybody got any other fishing questions at all? Where are we? Barry Button, are you worried about this coronavirus? Not really. Not really. If I worry about things like that all the time, then I won't go out the ass. Everybody, everybody's how bad this coronavirus is. I think a lot of it's scare tactics. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but apparently it's calmed down in China now, and it's starting to obviously get worse in other places. This is what I'm told. Um, but also, I think the common cold kills more people than this coronavirus. I don't know. From what I hear, it's scare tactics and scaremongering a lot of time. I'm not saying it doesn't kill people. I'm not saying it doesn't harm people. I'm not saying it's not dangerous because, as we know, viruses can, the strain of a virus can change. It can mutate. Now, as we found out from swine flu and all that. So, yeah, I'm not worried about it, to be honest with you. You know, the last few months, I've not been feeling well at all with colds and sore throats and phlegm and all that shite. But if I just, you know, because of where I work and I work in central London and getting on buses and working in the museum, you know, it's very easy to pick something like that up that coronavirus. So yeah, I'll just try not to think about it, to be honest. Someone in my local hospital went in there not that long ago when it first attacked the UK. I think she was like one of the first people. She'd come back from China on a visit to China, and then she got an Uber taxi to the hospital just up the road from me, and then they sent her up to central London to the place where they deal, like a specialist place where they deal with it, St Thomas's. But since then, it's killed quite a lot of people. So yeah, I try not to think about it, to be honest. Mark 63. Yes, alligator gar. Are you in southern US, Texas? Is where you are quite common. They get huge, £200 more. Very dangerous fish if not handled right. I can imagine. Not just because of those little eagle sharp teeth and long snout. I can imagine a very powerful, muscular fish at the same time. I mean, they don't have all that armor on them basically for nothing. They're obviously a bit like arapaima, where they can be very long, powerful, slender fish. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I wouldn't tangle one unless I had to if I was fishing for it. But yeah, alligator gar wouldn't be on my top of my list to catch as a species. I'd rather watch them in an aquarium, a large aquarium, or in the wild. It's not one of those species that is on my bucket list, if I'm being honest. Barry Button, I heard fishing cures it. Does it? Oh, if that's the case, everybody should be out fishing, really, shouldn't they? Kelly Crush. All right, Kelly, you still with us? I'm actually surprised you guys are still with us. There's still 15 people watching. We'd love to catch an alligator gar. Team LPA holiday, I reckon. It's on the bucket list too. Oh my God. No, it was quite funny, Kel. When Dan and your husband get together and they start talking about this and start, it's like it just gets astronomical, absolutely astronomical about the ideas about what we can and should be doing. The last thing I think we're going to do is go and catch alligator gar in America, but yeah, if we go to America, it's definitely got to be for muskies. Actually, my favourite bucket list fish. I wonder if any. I've mentioned it before. I wonder if any of you guys actually know what my bucket list fish is. Freshwater. I'm not talking about saltwater. If anybody could tell me what my surprise if anybody's paid attention to what I actually say. Oh, connection. So connection sort of jumping again now. Just got home from work. God, blimey. Yeah, you work quite far away from your home, didn't you, Kelly? It does not bad mix. Champagne lifestyle and lemonade income. Do you know what? I couldn't have said that about myself. That's the difference between sort of Dan and Ted, and then me and you. We're realistic. We're realists. That's what we are, Kel. That's why I'm looking forward to seeing you on Wednesday, because I know that you're the only one I'm going to get any sense out of. When you got Dan, Keith, and Teddy together, you're the only one I know I'm going to get any sense out of. So I know you're watching, Ted. Are you upset with me, Ted? Has anyone got any more? There's still 16 people in here. Has anyone got any more questions about fishing for me or anything else? I'm not going to hang around for too much longer. Maybe another 15 minutes, half an hour. It's gone a little bit quiet in the chat. So what are you talking about, Willis? Have I missed something? Willis? What, Bruce Willis? Emma Willis? What are you talking about? Willis? Bucket list. Is it a peacock bass, Barry? Nope. Nowhere near, Kelly. I'll give you a clue, actually. You got peacock basses on the western side of the world. Yeah? I'll cut the world in half for you. It's actually on the eastern side. So there's a clue for you. Gareth Jones, Different Strokes, Ree Willis. I've never seen Different Strokes. Everybody keeps telling me to watch Different Strokes. I've never seen it. Is that the one that's like nostalgic from the 80s or 90s? That program? I think it is. And if it is, I know Ted's been telling me to watch it for ages, saying that I love it. I actually watch it. Is it a type of perch? Nope. Nope. It's not a perch. It's not a type of perch neither. It's not a member of the perch family. It's not a Nile perch neither. You should be able to guess it. Yeah, let me give you a clue. It's spotty. There you go. There's a clue. You should guess it. It's quite rare. There's only one place in the world you can catch them on a particular river. Freshwater, yes. Nope, it's not a snakehead. I have to give you a clue. It's spotty. It's spotty. It's on a river. It's the only place you can catch it in the world on this particular river. It's named after the river. There you go. I can't give you any more clue than that. My favourite freshwater species in the UK is a perch and a pike. I can't differentiate between the two. I find it very difficult to choose between the two. Let's just say it's a member of one of those family. I can't give you more of a clue than that. You already asked me, is it a perch? And I said no. So what's that narrow it down to? It's spotty, it's a pike, and it lives on a particular river that you can't catch it anywhere else in the world. It lives in the Eastern Hemisphere. No, it's not a muskie. That's the Western Hemisphere. That's on the west. This is on the east. Smiley goes fishing. No, it's not a muskie. Is it a pred? Yeah, I've already said it's a pike. It's a species of pike. It's spotty. It's a spotty pike, and it comes from the east of the world. From Mongolia, where you can catch taimen. There you go. It's a Russian, Eastern Russian species. Forgot the darts is still on. One last guess. If someone don't get it right, I'll tell you. It's not a pickerel. It's not a muskie. It's not a northern pike. It's not a southern pike. Yes, there is such thing as a southern pike, by the way. There's a DNA differential strain of a southern pike, which actually has had most of its DNA mixed with northern pike. Southern pike are usually found in Italy and places like that. A goldfish. Kelly, I don't know. It's an Armai pike. An Armai pike. Can't. See if I can spell it. Amar pike. It's quite rare. Have I spelled it right? Is that Armai? I think that's how you spell it. Go and have a look at it. Google it. Armar pike. It's a silver pike. Lives in the River Arma. Alma. I can't pronounce it. In Mongolia, where you find taimen, and it's very rare fish. It's a very rare pike species. Biggest, if you get one over 20 pounds, it's huge. It's not the biggest species of pike, and also the teeth are a little bit different. Armor pike. Thank you, Bex. Yeah, that's my dream bucket freshwater species to catch. Out in the remote waters, miles and miles away. Can't believe you didn't know that. I must have talked about it a million times. Is this the final? I'm watching the darts still. Is this the final? Van Gerwen and Price. Come on, guys, it's fizzing out now. I might leave in a minute unless anyone wants anything to talk about. Kelly Crush. Okay, when do we go? Champagne Lifestyle. That's too funny. That is too funny. What's everybody else's dream bucket fish to catch? Yeah, beautiful, really beautiful. There's a couple of videos on YouTube, but there's one particular one done by Strike Pro. So if you got a chance to watch it, it's about 20 minutes long. Strike Pro, you know who make lures and stuff like that, and it's for Canal Gratis, the YouTube channel, and Strike Pro. They go to Mongolia and they catch them on lures, and the teeth on a Amar pike are very different to the teeth on a normal muskie or pickerel or whatever species of esox. Their teeth are a lot sharper at the back and they're longer, but at the front they're a bit more duller. They're like I'm not saying they're like a pacu's teeth or human teeth, but they're a lot more. They're less sharper, but the ones at the back are like Dracula fangs. It's crazy. Go and have a look. Giant Goliath grouper. Oh yeah. See, obviously, I don't know. You class that as a saltwater fish. Is that a marine fish? Or I know they live in estuaries, don't they? As well. A Goliath grouper, they're fucking mean. They're massive, aren't they? What a fish to catch, though. Goliath grouper, eh? Wow. If it's a saltwater fish, then probably a poor beagle for me. I know it's a fish you can catch in the British Isles. I don't think I'd have the heart to catch something like a great white or a sailfin or anything like that. It don't really faze me. I'm a shark lover, but if I was to catch shark, my favourite shark is, believe it or not, one of my favourites is a poor beagle. I remember when I was younger, my nan's boyfriend used to tell me stories about poor beagles on the British coast. I used to sit there listening to him for hours. Fishes of fish which are related to great white sharks. And the same family as great white, same as the salmon shark. But yeah, Goliath grouper, what a fish to catch, man. New Ted would say that it's all he talks about. He bought a bloody rod for it. You bought a rod to catch Goliath groupers. You certainly have got your head in the clouds, Ted. Do you know what? One thing I love about Ted and Dan is their optimism of their pipe dreams. You should never ever, as much as we're making jokes about it, right? And let's get serious for a minute. You should never really knock anybody's dreams. Really, I know we joke about it. We should never really knock anybody's dreams. We're having a joke. We all, we know we mean it as a joke. But if you've got dreams and aspirations to do something, you should never knock someone's dreams to do that. Really, should you? Really. So, if you want to go catch a Goliath grouper, and if it takes you till you're 70 years old, fighting fit, just won the lottery, so you can afford to do it, you dream big, mate. Yeah, dream big. You know what'll happen? He'll go over there and catch a grouper like that, baby grouper. My tube has crashed. See ya. Tight lines. So that's Smiley. Thanks for dropping by. Unlimited blank. Even got the reel for it. What's your best dead bait for pike? Good question, Gareth. I've said this a few times, but I have ones I favour, but there's nothing I won't not use for pike as dead bait. I've used sausage, I've used rats, I've used all sorts. What I don't know if you know Dom Fishing UK, his brothers use a lot of exotic type of baits over the last few years, like rats and that. I've used them before, years ago. I've caught pike on you name it. The only thing I haven't used is a dead pigeon. But if you put it on the bottom, pike are so willing to take different types of bait, unlike most other predators like zander and that, which are really finicky and that. A pike will pretty much pick up anything they can get nutrition from they can eat. So, in terms of my favourite dead baits, I like using big smelt. I like using smelt in general. I think smelt are absolutely a fantastic bait to use. Mackerel was the first bait I ever used and a classic that most people use. Sardines are one of the 20 years. But about 3 or 4 years ago, I started using them. Started catching quite a few fish on them. When I did go fishing, and I absolutely love using sardines now. They're a bark to stay on the hook, but I like to use them frozen. If not, use some bait elastic to keep them on. But yeah, I do like using sardines. Blueies, when Dan introduced me to using blueies a few years ago, my 3 biggest pike over recent years have all come on blueies. So I've got great faith in blueies. The last pike I caught, 11 pounder, you'll see in the video, I had that on a bluey. So yeah, I do like blueies. I lost a massive near 30-pound pike, what we call on the Secret River a couple of years back. It's definitely a near 30, if not 30. That was on bluey. So yeah, blueies got to be one of my favourite baits. But you know, the only bait I'm not really sort of sold on is sprats. Don't ask me why. I'm just not sold on sprats. I'll use one and I've caught on them. But if you said to me, yeah, put your hand in a lucky dip and pick out any dead bait from all the conventional dead baits, I'll use it. I have no preferred reason why I'd use it. I think in certain scenarios and situations, there are baits that will outfish another bait for whatever reason. You know, if you're fishing a river with lots of current and flow, using something like lamprey would be ideal because, you know, obviously it's going to carry that blood scent down the river, draw any fish that's downriver up towards it. So I think scenarios dictate using certain baits, but yeah, I have no real preferred. I have to have that in my bag, or I can't go fishing type of bait. I'll use most dead baits really. Born to fish, live eels, just jokes. I was waiting for that one. We haven't had a joke about eels tonight, so Gareth Jones, never heard of using rat. Using small mackerel and sardines sometimes smell. Well, you think about it, pike will eat rats naturally. You know, you get rats swimming across all around voles and rats that swim around lakes and stuff, swimming across the lake. Same with snakes. You get grass snakes and that swimming across the water. I have no doubt that a pike will try and snare one of them if they had the chance or opportunity to. Anything a pike could get in its gob, it'll eat it, mate. Trust me. From waterfowl, I mean, last time I'd done some top water pike fishing with lures. Took one of the ducks off the surface, and I just missed out catching it on film. But I've seen it many a times with grebes and all sorts. Seen pike take. So yeah, you know, there's no reason using something like a rat or a dead pigeon or whatever it is. I've heard people use dead pigeons for put a couple of trebles in a dead pigeon and thrown it out, and they've had pike. So you know, pike can pretty much scavenge and eat anything really. So in terms of baits, yeah, I'll pretty much use anything really. Like I say, quite a few years ago, I read an article on someone using sausages. Now it's meat, isn't it? I suppose if you put steak on the hooks, you know, if you've got a big lump of steak and you cut a pair of size 6 or size 4 trebles in it, cast it out and left it on the bottom, I have no doubt eventually if there's plenty of pike there that's hungry, they'll home in on it and try and eat it. It's meat, isn't it? Some fish are more pickier than others, and I don't think pike that picky if they're hungry enough. Well, that's just my view. Everyone might see it differently. Mark63, Quebec, Canada has absolutely fantastic pike fishing. Yes, I believe the Canadians do have fantastic pike fishing. Have fished it many times, pike in 20 pounds class. Yeah, we have lots of 20 pounders in the UK. Used to be a lot more. Pike are one of those species of fish that gets pressured quite easily. So, in such a small United Kingdom, with the amount of people that fish and popularity of predator fishing now with lures and stuff, but it's not like what it once were. But then I'm talking from not really experience of not having a 20-pound pike as of yet. Been very unlucky. But I would say Sweden is our version of your Canada, really. You go to Sweden, you get some beautiful big mark pike over there, especially up in the upper reaches where not many people fish for them. I'm not talking the Baltic Sea, I'm talking about that a lot further north. Oh, guys, I'm absolutely cream crackers. I got spinners all over my keyboard. I'm absolutely shattered. Has anyone got any more questions? I'm gonna going to give it another 15 minutes, unless it really dries up, and then I'm going to shoot off. I've got some stuff coming tomorrow. A few things I ordered. I got a little scope set up, and I needed a bag to put my scope rods in, so I bought a little quiver sling. Really nice. I'm really looking forward to seeing it. Little quiver sling for my scope rods. So I'm gonna do a bit of carping and that on my local water. And I also bought this the other pump. Well, not this one. This is Sheffield Akuma. I'm sure you've all seen the Sheffield Akuma in silver. So I bought that for my tench fishing. I put £6 line on there. Absolutely love a centre pin reel. Beautiful Sheffield Akuma. Brand new. I bought that a couple of months back. But the other day, I've been waiting for one of these to pop up. I'm a real big fan of centre pins, especially Akumas. I was waiting for it to pop up. The Aventa, which is a slightly cheaper one, which is a bronze colour. This is going to be for my perch fishing. This one's going to have £4 line. So I've got 2 centre pin reels. Sheffield. I'm not going to tell you where at the moment because they're really rare and hard to catch, hard to find. Maybe I'm just buying it for the sake of buying it, but yeah, the gold version of this is really nice. And there's actually a Martin Bowler version of this, which has got a gold face plate with a green body. It's beautiful. It's like the John Wilson JW Young Purist one. It's about the same price. It's a Martin Bowler Akuma. It's beautiful. Vintage Tackle sell it, and it's like 320 quid. That's a lot of money to part with, but I don't know if I can justify it, especially when I've got these 2 now to use. But yeah, this is going to be for my tench rod, my Free Spirit tench rod, float rod, £6 line. Hopefully I can do a bit of tension in the summer months. Keith, if you're watching, take me tension, you little shit. And then this one's going to go on my perch rod. This is the bronze. I really do like the bronze colour. The Aventa. I'm going to put £4 line on that one and fish that with my homemade perch bobs. Don't know if you guys have seen my perch bobs. I'm sure you have. But for those of you who haven't seen them, I'm going to make some more. It takes a long time to make them, but these are some of the perch bobs I made. All different colours. Very, very reminiscent to some of the old school perch bobs. I like this little yellow one. Well, that's pretty cute. Cute's a word to be used. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to use the Aventa for. So not cheap reels. And like I say, I was looking for the event. I was waiting for it to come, someone to sell it, and not only they were selling it, it's brand new. It's never been used. So I'm absolutely over the moon with that. So I've got my 2 centre pins. I've actually got 3, 4, 5 centre pins now. I've got some cheaper ones. One that I got on my pike rod, which is a Marco Corsese, cheapo one that I bought from Dragon Carp ages ago. That's got £15 line on it, and it's my traditional pike rod, my Eddie Turner traditional pike rod. If I want to do a little bit of traditional type of pike fishing with dead baits or live baits. And then I've got a Monarch Cyprinus, cheap sort of copper that I was using for my perch one, but the ratchet's gone because it's like a cheap reel, so it's busted. So yeah, that's buggered. And then I've got this one as well, which is the 7, which is a Stillwater one. This is what I had bought for me as a present. It's really nice. It's like the Aventa, actually. Not the Aventa. It's almost identical to the. It's got £4 line on it already, as you can see. It's almost identical to the Sheffield, just slightly bigger. So what I'm going to do is put maybe £10 on this one and use it for barbel. So barbel, tench, and then the Aventa for the perch. So this one's slightly bigger. It'll be better on a barbel rod. It's got £4 4 line on it at the moment, but I'll take that off and I'll put £12 line on that, or £10 line on that. Want to do some barbel fishing, trotting or rolling meat or something like that in the future. I'll tell you something I would like to do actually. I haven't done for a long time. Is surface fishing for carp. You know, there's a couple of things once I get back on my feet that I really want to do. One of them is catch a barbel and a grayling. They're two fish I love to catch. And the other one is catching a carp off the surface, which I haven't done for a long time. It's great fun. So I want to get myself a floater rod. Mark 63, Meps 5, Aguilar is my favourite of all time. Pike lure, absolutely fantastic. Meps are one of my favourite spinners. I'm really into my spinners, and I don't think I've got any of those anymore. I think they all got beaten up and I've thrown them away. I think the biggest spinner I've got now is the size 4 Fury, Black Fury. But the Aguilar ones are fantastic ones, especially the perch pattern or the Fire Tiger pattern. I've had loads of perch on the Thames with the Fire Tiger pattern when it gets a bit murky up there. Dan Winch, the best lure bait is a small puppy. Apparently. That's Dan's humour. Gareth Jones, what scope rods do you have and what real rests you got? Oh, scope rods I've got are 9 foot, 50mm butt ring, cork. I bought them from Total Fishing Angling or whatever it's called. Absolutely lovely. Yeah, they're 9 foot, and I've got what's the reels? The Shimano XTDs, 5,550s. I've also got the 1400s, which go on my Entity 12-foot carp rods. But I bought the smaller versions to go on my scope reels, and they go perfect with them. So, if you've got 9-foot scope rods with 50mm butt rings, then you have to get a small baby pit reel for them, because any other bait run or anything like that, it's just not going to feel right on there. I already put 8,000 bait runners on there originally, and it just didn't look right. I felt right. So yeah, I bought the baby brothers to my 14,000 XTDs. I bought the 5,550s, and they go perfect on there. So yeah, that's what's on my 9-foot scopes, corks. They're 3.25 pound test curve. The reason why I bought them at 3.25 is because on my club ball, which I primarily bought them for, I can cope with catching catfish on them as well, if that's the case. Obviously, if I was going to go out and have catfishing, I'd use my new Daiwa catfish rods, 9-foot catfish rods. With the scope ones, they pack down so small and it's easy for transportation. And being 3.25 pound test curve, I should be able to tame any catfish that swims in the club water. I think the biggest one goes up to about just over £50 now, the catfish. So yeah. Right, guys, 10 more minutes and I'm going to shoot off. So my voice is starting to go now because I've done some filming before the live stream. I'm starting to get a little bit tired as well. So has anyone got any more questions or anything they want to chat about? Still 7 people here. People are starting to fall dramatically now, so I might call it the end of the live stream now. I really appreciate everybody that's come in and watched and stayed to the end, or anybody that's coming late. People like Mark 63 that's come all the way from over the ponds, but everybody that's turned out from Dom, Mark Carp, Fanta Fishing, the rest of my crew. So London Predator Angler a lot. So Born to Fish, Teddy, Kelly, Dex Nelson, everybody that's turned up, Smiley, everybody that's turned up, and I'm sure I've missed a couple of other people out. Gareth Jones, people that have turned up and spent time in the live stream. It's been good. Didn't really have any sort of places to go in terms of conversation topics to choose from. Just freestyled it tonight. So yeah, no, I really enjoyed everybody's time and little bits of bants and questions and talking about things other than fishing. It makes a change just to talk about other stuff, you know, boxing, darts, favorite fish, whatever it is. These lives are not just for fishing. We can talk about anything. It's a kind of nice to get to know you kind of thing, I suppose, isn't it? As opposed to just talking about fishing all the time, isn't it? But yeah, I'm looking forward to producing a few more videos. Like I say, I've got 1 or 2 videos ready to go up for the channel. It was our last session with me and the rest of the LTA. You can tell I'm getting tired now. LPA guys and girls. And yeah, hopefully that'll drop soon. I need to finish it off. So once that's done, I've got another video on ledgering for pike, what I do. I have to do a basic ledger for pike, anybody that's new to pike fishing. So that'll go up as well. Obviously, I'm going to be filming this session, this 36-hour session with the guys and girls. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm buzzing for it. I'm really a bit nervous about it because I'm not been feeling too good with my back and my legs. So I'm a bit nervous about it, if I'm being honest. But I know Ted's not been feeling too good with his back as well. So hopefully I'll be comfortable fishing and it's not going to be too wet and soggy. If it is, I'm just not going to fish where it's all muddy. I'll find one of the swims where it's a bit more, what's the word? A bit more, more comfortable to fishing. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to hopefully catching a few fish. I'm going to take my dead bait rods, my new Free Spirit ones, hopefully christen them, and I might take a little wobbling rod with me. Everybody seems to wobble apart from me, so I might take a little wobbling rod and see if I can snare a bonus fish. That'd be great. Not allowed to lure fish there, so it'd be nice to do a bit of wobbling. Take my little seed bucket so I can sit on my seed bucket and do a bit of wobbling. Yeah, I'm going to call it time, I think, guys, for tonight. Watch the rest of the final. Yeah, it's for the darts. And yeah, who's left in the room? So 9 people, but I'm going to shoot off now, guys. So unless anybody's got any more questions they want to ask me before I shoot off, I'm just going to give you a minute to ask them. Like I said, I will be doing a competition for the channel. Come 2,000 subscribers. I'm on, I think I'm about 180 away at the moment. As soon as I hit 2,000, I will do a subscribers giveaway where you can win baseball cap, beanie, a bag with London Predator Angler on it, some lures, some handmade floats by myself. It'd be a nice little goodie bag for somebody to win now. And yeah, like I say, that's going to be the 2,000 subscriber giveaway. Good night, Kelly. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you on Wednesday. I'm sure we'll talk on WhatsApp. See you Wednesday. Ted, again, I'm sure I'll talk to you on WhatsApp as well. Thanks for stopping by. Right, that's it, guys. I'm calling it a night now. Thanks for everybody to come by and all the support. I've had a lot of people on Facebook lately join my Facebook channel, which is, well, not channel, Facebook page, which is fantastic. You know, it's gained like 200 people within a couple of months. Fantastic to have people come along for the ride. I'm not one of these people of late that catches lots of fish. I don't tend to fish as much as nowhere near as much as I want to. But like I say, things will change. I will put more content on the channel, but until that point, it's going to get worse before it gets better. And it's going to be fantastic once I am better. I can get out and do more fishing. But until that point, I'm just going to have to make do as I can for now. And I hope you guys are understanding that I can't put out a video every week. But I'll try and do the best I can, as much as I can, for 2020. And I'm looking forward to 2021 when I can really get my teeth stuck back into fishing properly. So anyway, I'm rambling now. I'm waffling on. Right. I'm going to say good night, folks. Like I say, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for popping by. And look out for future videos. there should be a video dropping at the end of this week sometime. And then, like I say, once I've done the filming this week, there'll be more videos coming up in the next couple of weeks. At least another 3 videos. So, tight line of debates. Thanks for watching once again, and I'll catch you all soon on the bank. Thanks for watching.